Oh, you did? Shit.
Now it
Oh,
is.
okay, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Four Musketeers. Brad is in a little different location today, as you can see. He has been formally deported to Ohio.
I'm on the road. I'm traveling America to visit all of the little pinball bars and arcades that I can find.
Don't end up in the Ohio police blotter, man. I don't want to hear you on my morning radio show. Is it Ohio, Texas, or Florida?
Yeah. Ohio's tame. We'll never make the list over top those states. So, but what's up with you guys? What's been going on?
I think me and Vic are both sick.
I got allergies, dude.
He got allergy attack. I caught a cold on Tuesday after ping pong.
Are you sure you didn't give Vic COVID? Because you guys were
No, I have to go pick up my board from Ray. Hopefully, either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yep. So if you guys watched Vic VP, so last time we picked up a 3-in-1 shooter cabinet for free, but one gun's recoil board is bad, so I got him. I imported one for him.
I'm praying.
That's the Aliens Extermination 24-volt recoil board, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. That red board, it's the player 1 and player 2 go in, and then it sends out.
Oh, yeah. I think it's
connected to the same board.
No, it's not the same as the regular Aliens Extermination board. This
it's not like what you've seen.
I would say if they both go into it, that's specific to the 3-in-1.
Yeah, it's specific. It's 3-in-1. There's it's splitting it out. There's 2 MOSFETs there, so I don't really know how this one works. There's a capacitor of some sort. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think the A and B board, A and B input is for the trigger in, and then this is the recoil out, and the 24-volt is a single 24-volt 2 pins here.
Yes, that's it. So that's the recoil. The one I have, the player 2, the top right one, Ray. For some reason, if I plug the solenoid in, it's just active. It's just
all right. So
even without hitting the trigger. So that's how we had a burnt out solenoid.
So probably the IC relays. Probably one of the ICs is faulty. So it was very cheap. So yeah,
I'm very surprised that it was cheap because I don't know how you found it. I'm grateful that you found it.
Yeah, where did you find it?
Huh?
Where'd you find it?
One of my suppliers that I get my arcade guns from.
Nice.
That's weird. That 3-in-1 thing always kind of like mystified me. It was like the cheap version of like the full Aliens Extermination guns, but rather than being USB connections, it uses like an IO board, and like you guys are seeing, it's like one power supply is tethered out to both, and it was weird. I was trying to like decode it like just by looking at pictures of the IO board.
It
and
was
wiring,
one
like,
power board, powering 2 guns, powering the LEDs. There's no real digital counter in the back. The PC is like a Linux-based PC, I think. It's Windows, but it's running some kind of emulation for Linux. And then House of the Dead is hacked to replace some sprites and do auto fire, which is pretty cool. I was asking Argon LaFoe to see if he can crack it for me, but he hasn't responded yet. It has auto fire. Like it shoots like 3 bullets at a time, like really fast.
Not to mention it's modified. Like your first gun when you start the level, it's like 18 bullets.
Yeah, they replaced the bullet sprite from the left to the bottom, so it's like a long row of like unlimited bullets.
Yeah,
weird.
The only advantage that, again, it's a Pandora box, so it's like commercial unit. If you want to put this on a location and take quarters, like easy money grab all day.
Yeah, it's very easy to use. I'll give it that. But it's definitely running the Windows version of House of the Dead 3 because I saw the boot up screen, the select game screen.
Yeah, my videos on that didn't come out yet. It's going out next week.
Oh, I did a live stream with that one. Yeah. Apparently, it's running Aliens Extermination and Far Cry without Technoparrot. It's doing native Linux emulation.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that's doing Linux. When I was looking up that Silver Strike stuff earlier, what's the thing called? The Nightwolf PC, I think it's called. That's also running. It's Windows Linux based too. It's the same thing. It's running a Linux based system. So
a lot of these are. Megatouch is the same thing. It's like a Linux based. It's all. It's like Windows Boot Manager. It's all wild.
I wonder if they're using if real arcades now are starting to move towards the Linux based systems so that they don't crash or corrupt themselves.
They still crash because I went to my local arcade and like some games are still down. Like House of the Dead, Scar of Dawn is constantly down, and it still crashes.
What's up, Headshake?
What's up, Headshake?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's funny that you had something that's so on Silver Strike. Silver Strike is the #1 wanted bowling game.
Mark Twig.
It's insane.
Mark Twig's in the house.
We don't know how many. What does your Steam Deck board look like? Is it just like 12 buttons of all colors?
Hang on, Mark Twig's in the house.
You little semen puking asshole dickhead.
Joel's officially a 1980s DJ now.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Oh yeah, there you go. Do you have it all like labeled out?
The name of it's MP3s, and the name of the MP3 goes on it. So,
right.
Yeah. So each one it's I don't have like a logo on it, but I can see the name of it kind of. So like, if I'm looking at it from here, I can see which one's which, and it's pretty
excellent.
Yeah. I've always liked that about that's what the thing that shocked me about Steam Decks is like that small screen. You can put so much you can modify it so well. It's crazy.
What?
I didn't hear that. I don't know what that was.
What?
Oh.
Hey, Billy, what's up, buddy?
He's got a legend Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I want to put one of those Steam Decks in my new control panel when we build out the arcade. We'll flush mount it there. That's
the only thing. I got to find out, like, that Steam Deck, does it have a ledge? Does it have a lip?
I think it has a little lip, yeah.
There's no lip on it. There's no lip on it. Well, hang on. There's a back of it. There's a very, very tiny lip on the back of it. I don't know. You can see the lip right there. There's a very
it's doable. It's not big, but it's doable.
On the front, it's extremely flush on the front. So I don't know if you mount it. You know what you can just do? Stick it in there. Fucking duct tape the back of it.
Yeah.
Right? Duct tape the back of it. What's the big deal?
Well,
right?
You don't have to drill out the whole bottom of it. If you cut a hole, I know it can be done because Game Room Solutions offers a Steam Deck. Yeah,
I just wonder if there's a mount. Maybe there's no side mount, so there's no screws to it.
No, there was some 3D printed adapters that someone made. Remember on Etsy? I showed you guys that.
Yeah.
If we can find the adapters, I can print them. I still gotta print that other thing for Vic.
Try to do it for next 2 weeks. You just hand it to me. Let me go see Brad.
How many? Well, wait. How many do you need? Because I can print a shitload of them.
Right now only probably need like one.
Okay, so I'll see if I can print you like 5 or 10, so you can have like a bunch.
All right, I appreciate it.
What's it gonna hurt, right? Yeah, then you don't have to hit me up one by one each time. Yeah, see what's up and see what you think of it.
So, hey, Eric's here. All right.
So, what do you think is the benefits of putting a Steam Deck or Stream Deck into a arcade? Because
I was gonna use it as a launcher for like when I start up my PC. I would want to be able to launch Launchbox, Big Box. Add a Alt-4, like a force escape, volume up, volume down, and maybe some like keyboard keys, like 1, 2, 5, and 6, because I use X input for
if you have a Steam Deck, if you're looking at like a dedicated cabinet kind of setup, the Steam Deck is going to give you more options that you wouldn't have to put dedicated buttons for on the control panel, or leave an exposed amplifier for volume control, things like that. And then the fact that you can make the little OLED, buttons look like different icons and stuff is pretty cool too. So it might be like kind of overkill for like a dedicated cabinet, but if you're using a PC that is not dedicated to your cabinet, then it's a huge, benefit, because like Ray was saying, you can do your launcher, you can do all this, you can do all that, and then you can go back to being a regular PC or back into an arcade setup.
Can we set a safe shutdown script to it?
Probably. You could probably add I'm pretty sure it's built into Stream Deck, actually. You can add like a shutdown button to that.
And shut down the PC from there, so that we don't have to worry about using like a remote or wiring
keyboard,
a switch or anything like that. We just put on the front. Maybe I always kind of like overlooked them, but now that there's an $80 version with the 6 keys, I might look into that and just use that as like the admin keys.
Yeah.
You can even just set it. Even if there isn't a built-in like shutdown command as one of the options, you can always just link it to an AHK or an EXE where you write the shutdown program in there. So
you can use it to launch your favorite game, like Tekken 8 for me, like just one button click.
Is that 6-button version like an LCD screen too, or
they all are? They all have LED buttons. Every button has a little LCD screen that you can change to whatever icon you want.
Yeah,
OLED. Yeah.
Well, think about this. What if you got the 6-button one, right? We completely eliminate the arcade buttons and just use that as the arcade buttons for your coin for player 1 and 2.
Yeah. What's really cool about that is if you really get into it, then when you launch a game, then the buttons can dynamically change to the buttons that are appropriate for that game.
Yeah, it can be by profile too.
You can probably do
I'm about to eliminate my buttons. I'm literally about to eliminate the buttons and do that. Like that just turned into like a fantastic idea, and it doesn't seem like anybody's out there doing it because they want those arcade buttons.
When you're back to Launchbox, they could be like arrow buttons and X and go and launch. When you're in the game, they could show up as coin and start. But the individual OLED screens would change based on the function when you launched a game. So,
I could set it up for TeamViewer to launch for the customer. Just push that button for TeamViewer, and it's gonna pop right up.
Yeah,
there's so many ideas in my head right now.
They have one with the volume knobs too on the bottom that the knobs can do things like turn up the volume, or you can use it to adjust like your lighting. So I used to have one before I sold it off because I wanted a white one, and it can actually control my whole house's lighting. It can connect to Philip Hue too.
I think I might. So I'm making that Windows based gun box, right?
Yeah.
I might just say fuck the buttons and just put the Steam Deck in there.
Yeah, I mean the Steam Deck's more
probably cost you the same.
Yeah, it would cost me the same between buttons and an iPad.
iPad and the buttons.
It's $60 for the mini one right now. So yeah,
and then it's one USB to a USB out. That's it.
You don't have to worry about like any like micro switches coming off and shit like that in transit.
Mount the Steam.
It would look better too. It would look really cool.
Look better. Yeah, and then all I got to do is just set the shortcut for it.
Oh wow, they have an off-brand one now. It's a clone of the Stream Deck, $80 for 15 buttons.
I wouldn't for that. I wouldn't go.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, like I'm pretty sure there's a huge community that is now like doing like animated buttons and like you said AHKs. Yeah. Oh, you got this D15. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even bother with that.
Yeah, they got $80 AJazz version.
Let's see it, Ray.
All right, here. Let's
share the screen, man.
All right, share the screen.
The Stream Deck Mini is $60 on Amazon.
Right. Well, plus tax, you're at 80.
That's the small one. All right, so here we go. Can you guys see it?
I can see that. I was looking at that, and I almost bought it, but then I realized.
Yeah, I got tricked for a second, but I'm pretty sure this is just copying the Stream Deck one for one. So, I don't know what software that they give you though. That's the thing. Stream software is pretty good.
I would stick with the Stream Deck. Yeah,
Stream brand. Something like that. It's like you're gonna have a community behind it. That's
right.
It's cool, and I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, I'm looking at like the Stream Deck Mini. I mean, people having custom, inserts made, wording.
Yep. All right, so here's the official one. MK2, that's the 15 trigger. That's 130.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's a pretty. I want the white one. Looks nice. This one is pretty cool. The Stream Deck Plus with the LCD screen on the bottom for info, and then
the audio,
and then the knobs.
Yeah, so this might be good for like fine volume control or something, or like lighting, like dimming dimmers.
It would still only control the PC volume, though. I'm assuming it's
correct.
Not going to control like a Bluetooth receiver or anything.
No, but you could control like maybe
if you hover over it, it'll show you. Yeah, that guy's got his mic volume, sound effects,
key light. That's the light that we use for streaming. The LEDs.
Like
the one to make Brad look so shiny.
That's kind of cool, man. I'll be honest. I think you're good with the 6, and then I'm pretty sure you could always put the bottom right button as like a plus sign, and it'll give you more options if you click through it.
So this is the cheapest one, the 6.
So we would need at least an 8 because we need you need coin start for both players. That's 4 start and exit, and then up and down at least at the minimum. So we would need at least a 6 one. So I would probably end up getting the $130 one.
Why would you need up and down?
Up and down
navigate big bucks
to navigate the menus.
Oh no, but see, once you're in the game, you have coin and start. Once you're out of the game, those buttons can dynamically change to arrow buttons.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like now you're
you only have to think about the number of buttons you need at the same time because they're dynamic buttons. That's the whole point.
So if we can,
you really need 5. You need your exit button, your coins, and your starts.
Yeah,
you're right. We could set player 1 start to start the game.
Yeah.
Right. So we would only really need 5. Okay.
And the focus problem you've got on some of the driving builds right now. There could be a dedicated button that does that.
Refocus.
Because with an iPad, it'll escape no matter what if you hit the escape key on the keyboard. So on the on a racing cab, if you just hit the escape, which would be an escape key, it's going to close the game no matter what. So that's going to completely solve that problem. Yep, I'm building it in. That's it. That's fucking it.
That's something new. That would be fun. Cool. Yeah, Stream Deck everything.
Fucking start building them into yours too, man.
I remember.
I would definitely grab one and then play around with it just to make sure that I don't know if you're gonna. Is it like you're gonna lose focus and all that now? But I would definitely I would definitely look into
No,
it.
it works very well. I had one before. I think you do need an app in the background though.
Yeah, the companion app's going to run, but that's just like Joy to Key or anything else that runs.
Right. That one we just have to set it to boot with the PC.
And you create right, and you create a profile for it, and you can launch it to hide in the background too. So it'll automatically launch a PC, then you can hide it in the background. So nothing no different than using X output on the racing cabs. It's just one extra
nothing no different, yo.
Yeah, nothing no different than somebody using the Sendin software in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you sipping on, Brad? That's what Headshake wants to know.
What? Oh, I'm the hotel bar made me an old fashioned because it's Sunday and I needed to get through the weekend. So
Is it you have a mini bar there too, or no? In the room?
No, I have a fridge, but I just stocked it with stuff to get me by, so I wasn't like going out to a restaurant every single 3 times a day or something. But no, the hotel bar is right outside the door there.
Wow. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I've been here for a while. I'm going to be here for a little while longer, and they're getting to know me by first name now. So
that's awesome.
Now, is that paid for by your job to stay there?
Yeah, no, I'm forced to be here, so they have to pay me to be here. But
solid.
the what is it? I'm going to be here for another couple days, and I figured I've already been here for like a week, and but I knew I was going to be here a long time, so I made a plan. I brought like the streaming rig, and I brought my PlayStation, and I got everything all hooked up. I also did a itinerary. I mapped out the local arcades and vintage game stores and vintage toy stores and pinball places, and I've been hitting them up mostly this weekend. It was pretty busy during the work week, but once the weekend hit, we can't work. We have to wait till Monday to go back to work. So, we're just kind of downtime. So I've been bouncing around a lot to some of these places. One of these places, I actually went to out on Tuesday night, which is a bit of a stretch because, again, the work day. But the Tuesday night was their slow night. So I went out to Clarkcade and I did the live stream. And Ray helped host and Joel hopped in for a minute. But that was a ton of fun because it kind of like it's a vintage game store. But then they also have like card tournaments and game tournaments, and then they have a whole arcade in it. And it was that was a lot of fun. They were really accommodating. They just gave me full run of the place, and I just set up tripods and played games all night. But
publicity.
Sorry,
you gave them publicity, so have the run of the place, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was fun. And the wait, let me show. And now when I was there was an Afterburner environmental cabinet there that I thought the motion on it was disabled, but then suddenly it started working for a second, then stopped, and I couldn't get it working again on camera during the stream. But I do have it here, where I went back to play it later.
Is this the next day or later on in that day?
This is the next day.
Yeah.
Now I noticed my right leg kicks out because it did freeze up there, and I realized that's where I can break it free. Kind of like the way I kick my right leg out. But from this angle, if you look, I'm swinging left and right, but still with the CRT monitor in front of me. So it's on a big swing, so left and right, and then the whole cabinet is on a roller front and back. It's wild. That this thing's probably from like 1987 or something. And but once it's warmed up and everything's broken loose, it was working pretty good the next day. So I had to get some footage of that.
I didn't realize the actual seat inside was going left and right until just now. Why did you have to kick your leg out?
Well, it was like seizing up, so I kind of kicked my leg out and broke it loose. Kind of gave it a little push, and that broke the wheels loose. If you guys saw, Retro Ralph picked up one of those. It was not working, but he was looking at it, and the motor was missing. But you got a good shot when he was showing that of the big roller wheel that moved the thing forward and back. Yeah. But what people didn't see is that inside the whole seat and CRT monitor on a swivel left and right. So you got your X and Y movement that is mapped to your control stick for when you're flying. Pretty great stuff.
Wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. Now, what's wild is that. Do you think that what was the year that cabinet was made or Afterburner was
like
made?
87.
So, do you think that it's game programmed for the chair to move, or is it physical?
No, that's definitely it's definitely an output. That the game board is putting off. So the regular version of the game wouldn't have done that. So only the deluxe version of the game had those outputs and the hookups for the motors to connect to the game board to know, when to read for those outputs. Wow. So it's a different game board, and that's Afterburner. It's not Afterburner 2, which was the much more popular version. Afterburner, the motion cabinet, I believe, was only for Afterburner. Afterburner 2 didn't have the motion cockpit. Afterburner 2, Joel, you had a Afterburner 2 stand-up, didn't you?
It was actually an Afterburner 1 inside it.
Oh, it was 1. Okay.
Yeah, it was 1. It was actually the same one that Ralph had.
Really?
The video that he did, the stand-up one, I never got to fix it or do anything with it. It was taking up room, so I gave it away.
Like for free?
Yeah. My buddy up north, Toys from Low, he owns Lowe's Arcade, which is connected to his toy store. So it's a smaller arcade. It's not a huge arcade, but I gave it to him because all it needed was a new TV. And
did the shaker work in the handle?
The shaker did not work in the handle, so the motor was not working on it, and it wasn't the original handle either. The stick was original, but the actual grip was not the original grip that was on it.
Weird.
Either. Guy who sold it to me, I forgot what he told me it was, or what arcade it was from, but that's how he got it. And his hobby was fixing old school arcades. He just never had time to fix that one. He showed me his basement, huge arcade in his basement. So, and that stand up Afterburner, that fucker was top heavy. Yeah. It was so heavy. So yeah, but I gave it away to my buddy, and it's still sitting in his garage. I don't think he ever got it fixed.
Yeah, that's the one that I always saw growing up was that stand up, and it was usually converted to an Afterburner 2 pretty quickly. It would still say Afterburner, but the game would be Afterburner 2. Right. Afterburner 2 came out pretty quickly, and it was more just kind of a refined version of Afterburner. But the thing I remember was the big shaker motor whenever you crashed on the stick. It was actually pretty violent if you let go of it. It was like
the lights would blink and stuff on it too. Yeah, that was
when you had the missile lock. The environmental cockpit version, when you crash on it, there's no shaker motor in the cockpit there, but the chair does do this as you crash. So the chair moves around. But yeah, it was great. And then if you guys want to see some more slides of my vacation, I saw a pretty
I like how it's called the vacation.
Right? So
show me Maison. Maison was my favorite one.
He's working.
That's a very
just going out. I can't believe how many cars and pinball places there are over there.
Yeah, I can. You found like 10 within like a mile radius.
This is the DK effect. So this is a bar here in Dayton, and this is all free play except the pinball machines. The pinball machines they take bills and quarters, but all the arcades are you buy one beer and then you can play for free. They just got credit but modified onto them. But I was pretty impressed at the collection of arcades that were here. You had stuff like you had Mega Man Power Battles, RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2. You had a couple of old school like arcade electromechanical shooting games. But yeah, it was Friday night was pretty thin, so I was like having fun with the camera. I went back on Saturday and the place was packed. So I'm glad I got the footage on Friday. So
were you essentially now alone this whole time? Like it's just you? Or did you have a buddy with you?
What, at the arcades?
Yeah.
No, yeah, just me. Yeah.
Solid.
I'm my own best friend.
I'm the same way. I've been the same exact way. It's just kind of crazy. You still got it. Well, it's crazy now. So that arcade now, number one, amazing to see. You got all those arcades. I didn't even see one down. There's like none that were down.
Yeah, now back at Clarkade, there were a couple that were down, but not very many. But at DK Effect, none were down. They were actually all from a local. Something came up when I was researching. I thought it was an arcade. It's actually a place that services arcades, and their business stamp was on most of the stuff at DK. So it's a local place. I'm sure if something goes down, they probably swap it out. So, and then last night I went to Level Up Pinball, which let me see. I've got a video of that place here.
That's there we go. Interesting name for a pinball place. I was like, huh?
Yeah. So this is a place that was pretty popular too. Half the room is pinball, and then with a couple arcades, and the other half is axe throwing. And then they've got a ton of beer and everything on tap. So, but way more pinball machines here, of course. And let's see.
Wow. I like how they did the card slider now. They did the card.
Yeah, these are the exact same card readers. that were at Clarkade. It was the exact same ones here. They also had, let's see here. Yeah, so here's the arcade side.
The ice cold beer is unbelievable.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. I was playing a lot of ice cold beer that night. There's the
that was
big
definitely
kind of reloaded with Terminator in it, a Guitar Hero. It's funny because Clarkade had a Dark Escape 4D, and then the very next night I'm over at this place, and this is a Dead Storm Pirate.
Yeah, Dead Storm.
Yo,
which is
that's awesome.
Identical too. It's identical to Dark Escape 4D. They're the same footprint. They're the same software. It's just you got wait. I think I got another video where I was like complaining about that. Here we go.
Those Guitar Hero speakers.
Deluxe Dead Storm Pirates. Check it out. It's actually the exact same thing as Dark Escape.
Wait, but there's no heart sensor on the.
Well, that's the thing. I was gonna say the only thing is that it's Dark Escape. It's the same guns, the same booth, the same this, but all the cool stuff is gone. All you have is one little plastic steering wheel for steering your boat, but you don't have the shaking seat. You don't have the air cannons. You don't have the 3D glasses. You don't have the heart rate sensor.
Yeah, none of the immersive effects are there.
Yeah, no. Dark Escape 4D was crazy because I know Joel, you were saying that you had never seen one. Because we have it on a lot of our builds now with the System 357 emulation, but that's one of those ones that it's a jump scare machine. There's air cannons in front of you, behind you, weird surround sound, 3D glasses, and then of course the heart rate sensor because they're trying to get the jump scares out of you for your heart rate to spike, and in the game.
And what the sensors in the gun?
Yeah, it's the same thing you would have on a treadmill where you grab the handles and get your heart rate, but now they're on the handles of the guns. Yeah.
Wow.
So. But
now again, I mean, if you really think about it, though, Dead Storm Pirates isn't really like Dark Escape, meaning it doesn't have those moments.
No, it doesn't have the jump scares. But if you guys think about it from a technical perspective, it's almost just like a reskin. That and also Sailor Zombie. The mechanics are identical, where you can combine your shots for more powerful. You've got the different targets that you're supposed to hit on enemies. You'll see that in Transformers as well, but Transformers is a little different. These. Those three System 357 games, they're just all reskins of each other, which is what blows me away that Dark Escape had all of these extra effects where the others were like, okay, well, they probably started with Dark Escape and then they reskinned it to make a couple other games to diversify and get some more return out of their, R&D.
I was going to say, do you think Dark Escape came out first or was Dark Escape last?
I would think with the amount of stuff they put into Dark Escape, it's just like, I think that had to be their showcase title, and everything else was developed like, oh, it can also run on this platform.
Well, like Ray just said, Ray might have said that the Dark Escape was last, so they probably were like, oh, let's not take these games that we've been copying and pasting, and then let's add this fucking scare attack to it.
Or it's like this is the grand finale of the System 357. Everything was leading up to this.
Yeah,
so,
if you look,
Sailor Zombie sucks.
Sailor Zombies, is there an actual arcade cabinet of it?
Yes.
It's a Japanese only, though.
And only.
Yeah.
And only.
But it's the same thing, like that sit-down bench shit.
With the two like auto cannon things. Yeah.
Wow. Because I mean, again, you got also Luigi's Mansion is like that. You got the Let's Go.
No, Luigi's Mansion is not actually.
Luigi's Mansion was superficially like that. It was more of a booth kind of thing you got into. But the full Luigi's Mansion had those crazy vacuum cleaner guns.
I played that one in Japan. That one is crazy because it has a clinker inside. When you suck up coins, you actually have an output, something that makes a hit.
Oh wow!
Yeah, your little.
I was gonna buy that vacuum to modify because I can mod it into a gunfire, but it's like $900. So I was like, shit.
Now again, talking about Dark Escape, I think I mentioned in the other streams. I feel like I've seen a video that Dark Escape is actually supposed to turn the chair. Like there's a bigger one that the whole bench apparently doesn't.
That's the House of the Dead 4 special that had that, where the chairs turned 180 and there was another screen behind you. Technoparrot made House of the Dead 4 special playable, and it's a really weird experience because all of a sudden there'll be another screen. There was this deluxe thing. It was like a ride you got in your chair, and your chair would spin, but you had the guns mounted in front of you, and you were just like this and this.
I thought it was Dark Escape. I didn't realize that.
No, yeah, Dark Escape was just that. Let's see here. We've got. Do I have a video of Dark Escape? I know I do.
Dark Escape is like a Japanese House of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought Dark Escape was the one that did the switch. While you're looking at that, I'm going to try to find out. There was an ad on. something. It's funny because we're talking about this whole booth style arcade. Captain's Auction had one recently.
Oh yeah, just last night.
But
I
need like 5.
They were just doing they were just doing an auction last night on Captain's Warehouse.
Yeah, but now if you take a look at, I gotta find it. Actually, I should do it on this because I'm on a different computer. I always love checking out Captain's Auction because I always see how much stuff goes for. Let me do it on this computer.
Target Terror still sucks on Technoparrot, right? Killer Arcade.
Yeah, it still has loading issues.
Yeah, it's got a lot of issues. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was
Terror on everything is still broken. Even on the Wii is broken.
Somebody told me a fix for the Wii. You have to run it in like Windows Service Pack XP3, something like that. I don't know.
I don't touch those Action Max games. They're not that interesting to me.
I mean, Wii games are shitty.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. I found my Dark Escape video. So for those because we're talking about Dark Escape forever, wait, I thought I found it. Oh come on, Windows.
Yeah, Killer KG. Don't get rid of your Target Terror arcade. I've never even seen one of those in person.
Oh wow, a Target Terror arcade.
Right. See, even Vic Shack, you got one. What's that, Ray?
What gun does Target Terror come with, actually?
That's a good question. KG.
I feel like it's like the red. I feel like it's like the Area 51 type of gun.
The
one that like Brad showed in his video that was blue.
Oh, that's a HAP gun. That's the cheapest one that they had back then.
I wish you could post photos to YouTube.
Yeah, it's a HAP gun. I just checked. It is a very old HAP gun.
They're so heavy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, finally copied over. This is Dark Escape versus. You see, it's the same exact footprint that Dead Storm was. Same guns, but it's got the 3D toggle, and it's got the 3D glasses built into little pockets next to you. Then you got the big shaker motor under your seat. You've got your haptic sensors in the handle.
What were the glasses you put on?
That's the 3D glasses.
Wow.
So you can see the screen is blurry right now because I'm in 3D mode. I think I toggle it off in a second so it shows it better on camera. But then you got the rolling recoil in the cannon. And your heartbeat sensor is up there in the top left. That's showing your heart rate as you're playing. But yeah, this is the. So there's gonna be a jump scare, and then the seat rattles and air cannons blow out behind your head and stuff. So, but yeah, the sound is crazy on it. Like when there's a monster behind you, it just plays behind your head. So
wow. And now all the air cannon stuff and all that works?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Only because it's so mechanical, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always shocked by, like...
Yeah, those are actually more durable than regular light guns. They're positional guns. Those things are built like tanks. They're like $800 if you buy them.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the actual force, and the feedback of, like, air blowing at you.
The air cannons, everything. Yeah, it reminds me of Battle Pod or the other pod games where they have the fan that blows on you. But that's just kind of a fan. But this one, there's a jet of air behind you. There's a jet of air in front of you. It's, and the surround sound because the speaker's literally right behind your head. And then the whole bench is like violently shaking when somebody jumps out and grabs you and stuff. So,
Vic, what's up, P-Dubs? We do our cabs, man. Every time for our gun cabs, whenever we throw a grenade, we need like an air shot to come out.
A confetti cannon. Yay! You remember that, guys? What was that one game? There was a game out there. It was a shooting game, and it was something turkey. But when you shot between the monitor and the plexi bezel, there was an air cannon, and there was a little pile of feathers, and feathers would shoot
that's
up.
Cute.
I think that was Turkey Hunt in USA. I think that was a Sammy game.
Turkey Hunt, yeah, I knew it was something with turkey. But that had an air cannon in it, a little air jet, and the feathers would fly around. So
that's creative solution.
Blowing at you.
But again, like just the fact, like that cab for you to get just a burst of like air, that's not like a fan. That's like a compressed.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah,
you know, like
yeah,
that's all like mechanical. Imagine if you have to fix that. Imagine if it doesn't work.
It's like a pneumatic thing. So
right.
it kind of there's like a piston that will fire, and that's the jet of air is the piston firing and pushing that like column of air at you.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not like a fan. You're right. And the let's see here. What do we got? We got also I saw some crazy, not just the arcades. I've been seeing some crazy like stores, like bookstores and toy stores and whatnot out here. There's this great place called Vacuums and Video Games here. Right. And that's
okay.
They actually it literally is exactly what it says. They sell video games and they sell vacuum cleaner parts. But here is some of their stuff.
Wow, there was a California Games in box in that. Oh wow.
Let's see.
Oh wow.
Wow.
See, fuck the arcades. This is what I want to see.
Right? But this place was clean. Like everything was pristine and marked, and lots of display cabinets everywhere. Let's see here, and of course, vacuum cleaner parts. So because they also sell vacuums there. Let's see.
I wonder if they were like a vacuum cleaner store that was struggling, and they were like, "Hey, let's sell video games."
Yeah, I thought it was
the other way around.
Look at the
vacuums and video games, and it's the guy's super nice.
Sega Stunner too.
Yeah, they had everything. They had stuff. They had light guns from. They had the light guns for Saturn, a bunch of PlayStation third-party light guns. They had Atari stuff from 2600 up to a Jaguar. So yeah, but what got me is that unlike some of the other stores where it's just like piles and piles of mostly like 360 games and stuff like that with some cartridges in the back, this place was like pristine. Everything was alphabetized in glass cabinets or on shelves, and it was top notch like looking shop. So
nice.
Sure, it also reflected in the price.
Yeah, everything was a little more premium, but everything was also, there was a workshop in the back where everything had been tested and everything was being cleaned and worked over.
So it was not a TKO.
Yeah, exactly. And the here,
I'm okay with going to a shop like that and paying a little bit more than what I would see on eBay or anywhere else because you're supporting them to keep their lights on.
Yeah, and it's like a curated shop. It's like, so the opposite spectrum is, here's a great store. This was just like a general knickknack store, like toys, video games, movies, records. But this place, there was so much stuff. Here, let me upload this one. There's so much stuff in the store that it was like kind of overwhelming. There's no way that they can just like keep on top of all this, right? Now watch, I'll turn around. This is in a second room, and there's just aisles and aisles of stuff.
Holy shit.
Right?
What is
that? VHS tapes, CDs, video games, and then you round the corner here, and you've got records and board games, and just it goes on and on.
That's wild.
It was insane. So
how do these places stay in business? That's just inventory sitting there.
Yeah,
it's like a flea market. It's just like a flea market, and there's just piles of stuff because there's just no room to display it all. So, but that's where you can get really good deals. I was like picking up some old records and and it was like $2 for this, $2 for that. You buy a bunch of stuff, and it's like, how much is this? Like, I don't know, just take that one for free. So, this stuff is all in. I am in the greater Dayton, Ohio area, so all this stuff is basically Dayton, Ohio adjacent. That particular store was in Huber Heights.
So, what's in Baltimore? Is there any places like that in Baltimore that we can go see, or near your house?
There are places in Baltimore. We've got some retro video game stores, right? I've done a couple of videos on my YouTube video channel about that. But yes, the bottom line is yes. But the question is, when you're dealing with like secondhand, merchandise, vintage stuff like this, it's going to be a complete crapshoot of what you see. There's a really cool place down in Federal Hill, like South Baltimore, called Proteon Records, which is actually really reminiscent of the place I just showed you guys. Maybe not as jam-packed, but it's mostly a record store, but then they also take in all kinds of stuff. So you have video games there and old board games and knickknacks. But yeah, that's where you just find weird stuff, like it's just walk in and see what people have sold them over the years,
Okay. That's cool.
It's always like, it always boggles my mind because that's like a lot. And then it's like, well, you need the space. Like over here in New York, it's like, that to me is like, I don't want to say the word wasted space, but that's like space. that like is valuable, but then it's
that rental is not gonna fly in New York.
Yeah,
ever.
You don't think a place like that would fly in New York? I think a place like that.
There is actually by me, the Broadway Mall. There's a guy that opened up. It's like that. It's in the mall though. It's a big store. I would have to find pictures of it, but
dude, I got a Five Below in my mall now. My mall's going to shit. The only thing is fucking Dollar General.
Wait, let me see. I just want to see real quick before we go off because I found the pictures from Captain's. I'm gonna share my screen.
Have you ever bought from Captain's? Like, have you ever won anything from there?
I've bought my Mega Touch from Captain's. Yeah.
Wait, Vic, where were you? Where were you with the Jaws and shit? Were you at a pinball tournament?
Yeah, that's in. That's by me and Patchhog.
Did you win?
It was a it was a 420 tournament. So grand prize was $420. Came in like 5th place, so I won an ashtray and a weed grinder.
I wasn't expecting you to say, I'm going to win $420 as a grand prize. I was expecting you to say, like, here's this giant Cheech and Chong bong.
No. It was it was just a gimmick because you couldn't even smoke in there. I knew that wasn't it. I took my brother with me. Right. And my brother's like, can we smoke in here? And I was like, I'm pretty sure you can't.
No, you can't smoke in anywhere inside New York State anyway.
Right. Yeah, all right. So you see my screen? All right. Check this out. Again, I have a couple loaded up, but just look at this. This is a Haunted Museum 2.
The title Japanese version, too.
I don't even want to show you the first picture, but it's kind of comical. The guns are it's huge. It's just like it's basically like what Brad was like playing with. But now look at the actual outside of this cabinet.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's like a tent.
I was crying, laughing. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Who put this together? It's a garbage bag."
That reminds me of the Castlevania arcade where they put like drapes around the sides of it, like it's a tent to enclose you in it without having to make like a physical enclosure.
But it's just like it's very close to like that cabinet that like you were in, but like it's crazy. Like, but actually, look, it looks like a projector on the back. You see like the
that's definitely a rear projector TV.
Yeah.
Haunted Museum or Panic Museum, whatever you want to call it. My buddy has one in his arcade, and it is a projection TV.
Yeah,
real quick.
But you can see it's got the 10 IR sensor setup, so it's got 5 on top, 5 on bottom.
1,001. That's a pretty good price if it's functional.
It's sold for $1,100.
For how big it is?
Yeah.
Wait,
but shipping's not included in that, I'm guessing, right?
No, shipping's never included. Now, also keep in mind with Captain's, you got to pay. I think it's a 10%. Buyer premium.
Hammer price. Yeah, they call it the hammer price.
For Haunted Museum too. There's another name for it.
Panic Museum.
Fright Fearland.
That's part 2. I'm sorry,
This is 2
or part 1. I think that's part 1.
2. That's part 2. Yeah, Fright Fearland. Because people would ask me if I got Fright Fearland, and I'm like, no. But I'm like, I have Haunted Museum too. And they're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you just say that?
Yeah, I think it's
the Japanese version. Yeah, the Japanese variant called it Haunted Museum 2. And then when they released in America, they changed it to Mounted Guns and called it Fright Fearland.
Yeah, that you can find Fright Fearland on like an Aliens Aliens Extermination style cabinet.
Yeah.
So
3,700 for a Dark Escape 3D Deluxe.
3,700?
That's pretty good.
Oh my god.
That's like a $15,000-$16,000 cab. I
was gonna say, I think used they're still going for like 8. So
but that's the 3D. That's not the 4D. That's not the 4D version though. That's the 3D version. It said.
Oh no, sorry. That's saying it has 3D technology, but it's called Dark Escape 4D. The 4D is the environmental stuff, the air cannons and the shaking seat.
So this is a 3D. So this is not what Brad was in.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing. It's Dark Escape 3D is the name of the game, but that cabinet was usually called 4D. Let me see. Did it say that on mine? Let me see if on mine if it said 3D or 4D. I thought that said. I think they all say
Japanese variant too. This is not the American release.
Mine says. Oh no, you're right, guys. Mine does say 4D.
Oh, so this one doesn't have the air cannons probably.
So this one doesn't have the air cannons or the shaking seat.
Oh wait, no. What is this? Has the heartbeat
heart sensor? Yeah.
Well, the heartbeat's was part of the gun.
Look, got it. Look, it's got the air here. This third picture.
Oh. Okay. And what is it? What's the difference between 4D and 3D? Was it called 4D in America?
I think it's Japan 3D, and then in America it's 4D.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah. So that one's got Japanese characters on it. That's the Japanese one. So
it's sold again for $3,700.
Is a great price for that if it's working.
Next up, we got A Time Crisis 3 twin.
Look
at that fucking hammer price.
I was about to say, I bet you it went cheap because I've been seeing a lot of people trying to offload those Link Time Crisis 3
one.
cabinets.
That's why.
Dude, that's 50 inch.
On guns alone, like, I can mod that and flip it for like triple that.
Yeah, but good luck getting that in your house. That's fucking huge.
That's a monster.
That's funny. That was an LCD. I saw them. The paired ones that I've been seeing were CRT.
This is Time Crisis 3.
I wonder if it actually works though, since it's LCD. I wonder maybe.
Well, no, I think this one, judging from the cabinet, that's been sized for those LCDs. That means that it's got IR sensors on it.
No, it should be CRT still. Those are Time Crisis 2 guns.
Oh, wait, no, those Namco guns can't do IR.
What about this?
They have to do CRT.
Is that a sensor right here?
No. It's definitely CRT inside.
It's probably flat screen. It's probably flat screen CRT.
Yeah,
that has got to be so heavy.
Oh yeah.
It's got a plexi on the front. That's all.
Oh shit!
That thing is 800 pounds if it's an ounce.
Is that a Ridge Racer to the left?
Probably. I could take a look. This is
$300, and then the shipping is probably going to be like $1,000 or something.
You got a Deadstorm Pirates Deluxe, $2,900.
That's okay.
With your plastic steering wheel. Yay!
Deadstorm Pirates went more than Time Crisis 3 did. That's where we're at.
Well, again, I feel like this. I mean.
I never
was that the size of the steering wheel, Brad? On yours?
That's the little steering wheel that you spin. You share a middle steering wheel for both players. Yeah.
This is not the deluxe version.
It's a nice looking cabinet. At least it looks like a ship.
Yeah, this is not the gold edition. That's why.
What's the gold edition?
The gold edition is the one that was on Namco 357. This is the original one. Gold edition has like 5 more levels. It has the bird level. And yeah.
Okay. There was one at Chuck E. Cheese that just was like the cabinet it didn't have the seat. It was just
Chuck E. Cheese has that. It's very small. It's like a kid version.
Exactly. It's super small, but it's not as like skeleton-y. It's definitely like
but it still has a little wheel.
Rabbids is definitely a newer game.
This is the big one. This is that one. Remember I sent you that guy that messaged me?
Yeah.
That looks like the exact same cabinet setup as Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Yeah. I think these are gyro guns because that's a big ass projector screen. I think that's an 85-incher. So I don't know how.
There's a Time Crisis at a bowling alley near me, and I was trying to figure out if it was LED or not. I couldn't really tell. I could tell you that it wasn't acting like gyro guns. They were not acting like gyro guns. They were acting like they were tracking. So it was weird.
But this is a big screen to track, so I don't
you're
think
so close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be gyro or something.
How gyros are. If like you go off screen, you can
come back.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, they say to recalibrate, you put it back in the holster and it'll recalibrate. So I don't know.
Rabbids is technically a Wii game, so maybe that's why I was using gyro. How much did that Terminator go for?
Terminator is nice.
$3,300.
It's not bad.
Oh, that's Salvation too.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do it where I would actually just live stream the auction live. Just like, because, some people pay ridiculous amounts. If I go into like the pinball realm, but you asked me about this. So this is lot number 630.
Oh, go to the pinball realm. Let's look at the pinball stuff.
Hang on. Let me see if I could go to lot 630 and if I could see if it had that racer. They got a lot. Fast and Furious, Ghost Squad. Let's see what Ghost Squad.
How much did Ghost Squad go for?
$400.
Yeah, Ghost Squads are another one that people are selling a lot of those.
The guns are easily moddable for that price. Tell Captain, keep the cabinet. Just give me the guns.
And the guns.
What's the game next to it? Hang on. What's the game next to it?
What?
What was the game next to it?
Teen Terra Toma? Never heard of it.
It's like a gun game.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a gun cab.
Oh, it's not even in order. Well, maybe if I... Oh, here it is. Oh, they don't even have pictures of it.
What?
It went for $200.
Wallop Tech. Oh, that's the Chinese company, that Hong Kong company.
What is it? Teratoma?
Yeah, Wallop.
Somebody YouTube it.
Weird
Go
game.
YouTube it.
Why don't we have this game?
Go YouTube it real quick while I look for more.
Yeah, right.
We got more Time Crisis.
Another Time Crisis.
Time Crisis though, look, $300.
Wow.
I've seen this Time Crisis.
That's the CRT one that I've seen. Yeah, that's the one I normally see.
Right.
Oh, Teratoma's a mounted gun game. No fun.
A mounted gun. Interesting.
How much did the Cruising go for?
Cruisins.
How much did the Cruising go for?
Cruising Exotica, $400.
$400? Wow, I would.
That's
totally
cheap. No, that is cheap. I mean,
It's like
$1 grand minimum. $250 for this one.
Oh my god, that's people don't want to ship them. That's what it is.
Bro,
yeah.
These are no. Hang on.
Oh my god, Ivan Stewart, on the right hand side there. What did that go for?
What the fuck is this?
Whoa, $3,100 for an off-road.
Oh god, I want one
Got
of
a
those.
Revolution X right next to it too. So hold on, you can bid for these online, right?
Yes.
Yeah, auction's already over, but it's live bidding. You can't do it beforehand. It's like you gotta wait until this comes up. This lot comes up.
Damn.
I love it, man. It's if you ever been to an actual live auction, it gets intense.
How much?
Wow, $300 for this upright.
How much? Damn.
But now keep in mind, again, $300. Then you pay $30 for the 10% hammer. But shipping a game like that has got to be at least $500 to $600.
Yeah, of course. No matter what, you're doing LTL freight. Hang on, scroll back up, Vic. Scroll back up. I wanted to see how much the Mortal Kombat 4 went for. Go up a little bit more. A little bit more. That's 3. No, 3. 4. 4's right there. $1,000. Not bad. Not bad for that one. KAG has one of those.
That button layout just annoys the shit out of me, but it is Mortal Kombat. It's a monster cabinet. It's fat. Look at that fucking.
Oh yeah, my buddy has one, and I've been hunting a power supply for it, but I'm not sure if I found the correct power supply or not yet.
What power supply you need?
It looks like I don't off the top of my head. It looks like a computer power supply. It's a 700 watt power supply, I believe, but it's specific to the cabinet.
Oh, look, here you go. So, tell your buddy over there for a Silver Strike, $200.
Wow, wow. David G, you're watching. David G, next time the captain's last time up, man, you gotta watch with us, dude.
Like I said, I've always wanted to team up with captains. They do it once a month. $400.
They do an auction like this.
And now keep in mind, Silver Strike is 2007. Does this come?
I don't care. It's Silver Strike. I would play Silver Strike. I'd pay $200 or $700 for that. I wouldn't pay $4,000, but I would totally. Oh, dude, what's the Vuelix?
Guitar Hero 2700. Now the Vuelix are typical because you can't tell if it's a Vuelix or a True Links.
That's a Vuelix.
700.
And that looks like it's running
with the Pandora box.
Yeah.
Only 3 people were bidding on it.
700 is a bad price, though.
I feel like those aren't popular.
Bottom is busted too. Wait, the artwork is fucked up. The artwork someone swapped out for a Sega Astral City one instead of the Vuelix one. The bottom panel is busted too. 700 for a new Vuelix is like 1,300 plus shipping, so that's not.
So you might as well get. I laughed at this. I saw this and I was like, a 19-1.
That's a Chulix. That's definitely a Chulix.
I never seen like a 19. I thought it was a 16-1. I thought it was all vertical games, but this is a 19-1.
How much did this go for? This is like 1,000 at most.
1,000 at one point.
I knew it. It's 1,000. It's 1,003 to buy that new if you pick it up in Pennsylvania.
It's got 7-button layout. If that had an 8-button layout, that'd be pretty cool. But
you can switch that panel swappable.
You probably got to pay like $300 for a new panel just for that one. I know what you mean. Like it's like that.
Vic, you got a CNC machine.
Just take a drill.
Those View Links, it's like metal. It's so super thin.
Yeah. Some people make reproduction panels for it. Yeah.
How much was that Neo Geo? How much was the Neo Geo? To the top right. Top right. There you go.
Well, this isn't even a real Neo Geo cab though. 300.
Yeah, that looks like
that's a converted Big Blue. Yeah,
I hate those. I think the next one was a real one. Where the fuck did it go? No, this is another. This is not original.
That's not original. No, that's a Simpsons cab.
Konami.
Yeah,
and that's in shit condition too.
Street Fighter Z-back? Is that a big one? That's a Z-back.
That's a Z-back.
What did that go for? $2,000?
Yeah.
Oh no, thank you. $2,100.
It's in great condition.
It's a nice condition though. Can't
it's only worth half that.
Yeah,
but it looks like a race car.
Vic, what did that Street Fighter go for? The dead center.
400.
That's the same fucking game.
That is the fucking Gen X. The Gen X arcade 1-up fucking redo. Look at that. Look at that fucking marquee. What is that?
Did you call that the Gen X arcade?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
what it is right there. Yep.
Oh, that is great. Fucking paying $4,000 for an arcade.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's special there. Not trying to knock anybody, but so I wanted to show you they even had a 4-on-4 open ice. Look at that. 2,100.
Oh, you don't see that anymore.
That's in good condition though too.
But this looks like a repo. This to me is clearly somebody redid this. So I don't even know if it's an original Konami cabinet. That control panel is immaculate.
Control panel is probably redone. Yeah, that's a repo.
Even the kick plate, it's not. Oh, hello, that's me. Why can't I scroll down? Here we go. I mean, that black is like they must have repainted it. It's clean. NBA Jam too. Look at the NBA Jam next to it. I'm telling you, if you get lost on cabinets, but you have to just sit through it. Donkey Kong. Let's see what Donkey Kong is for. $450. Wow, that's nothing. Wow. Oh, but it's modded. Look at that.
Oh no.
It's the arcade 1-up special.
Yeah.
That's the multicade special right there. Mario Bros. $1,400.
Not bad.
It looks original. Look at the joysticks on that.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
Oh, asteroids. Like I said, you could go crazy with this stuff. Top speed. What the fuck is that?
It's a racer.
250. Yeah. Oh.
What is that one? And hang on, go back the page. What is that bottom left one? It's a Need for Speed Carbon. We don't have that emulated.
We don't.
No, it's broken though. Is it broken?
It looks broken.
Game cab and computer power up, working monitor, computer not booting up.
That's broken.
Computer power up, computer not booting up. Oh, so
it's probably
it has electricity, but it doesn't boot.
Right.
I would probably assume that it I guess the game doesn't boot. I would say like the computer, it probably goes through like a Linux like startup.
Right.
Working went for $600.
It's not bad.
I mean, I never played Need for Speed Carbon.
Was there a gauntlet in there?
Most likely. If I could also search by term. Let's just see real quick.
I saw there was a gauntlet.
Look at this Medieval Madness, $10,000.
Ooh, that's half the price that they're going for in up at TNT Amusements.
If they have a Gauntlet Legends, I'll be impressed.
Well, we have to be honest.
Legacy.
I don't know if it's Medieval Madness the remake or the original.
Right.
Original, 77.
Jesus Christ!
How much? Theater of Magic.
I'm going to murder you.
If you see a game you want me to click on, let me know.
I did. Go back up.
What?
Go back up to Metallica.
Oh, Metallica. Let's see. Iron Man.
It was right there. It is. Yeah, that one.
76.
That's not bad.
No.
What about the Star Wars is next to it? How much is Star Wars Pro?
Star Wars Pro.
62. Oh, that's cheap.
That's expensive. That's a lot.
Really? I thought that would be like a $12,000 or $15,000.
No, it's a
Pro.
Not
that one. Yeah, that's yeah.
So you got for Stern, it's Pro Premium LE. Pro is the base. You get easy. That's why, like, well, not home. Oh yes, you do have home, but like that's why I always laugh at these auctions because you could probably go on Pinside and find a Pro for like $6,000 maybe. Walking Dead, Whitewater. Oh, let's see, The Bride of Pinbot. 2,800. That's cheap.
Wow.
Bro.
What the hell is that?
Wow. Does it work?
Yeah. These always usually work. I'm surprised to see that. Adam's Family, that's got to go for at least 11. 83. Wow. Somebody stole that.
What about the Getaway? The Getaway was right next to it.
Getaway is older. This isn't the 2. 2,200 to me is expensive. I wouldn't pay that.
There's a Twilight Zone to the right, too. What was it?
That should go for a lot of money. I would say 12. 78. Wow.
See, if I'm ever going to get a pinball, I need to watch this.
Street Fighter 2, 4K.
Wow.
Somebody's selling this Shack Attack by me broken for $2,000. It's broken though. 2,300.
I didn't even know they made a pinball for everything.
Yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, that's usually like I went and I look at like the pinball. Again, you could get lost on cabinets.
Now, go back up. How much was the Tron? Tron's right there in the middle. How much was that? I'm gonna hang on before you click it. I was gonna say $2,000. 35.
3,500. Wow. Oh, somebody you said what? Gauntlet? Let's see.
Do they have Gauntlet Legends?
Can you search?
Gauntlet Legends you see all over the place.
Really? I'm gonna spell this wrong. Am I gonna spell this wrong?
Did Dark Legacy ever have its own dedicated cab, or was it a reskin?
I thought it was dedicated.
I know Gauntlet has like two cabs. There's one premium one. There's a big ass one, and there's a smaller one.
Now, real quick for Joel, they are doing this gaming console video game one.
Well, what? What is this?
I don't know. I've never seen them do this.
Upcoming auction.
SoCal Gaming Expo.
Oh, it's June 8th. Okay.
Oh, so they still have time. Oh,
They got
God.
lots of time. What is that? Wow.
Pachinko? What the fuck is a Jaws Pachinko?
I don't know.
Presentation
Like a board game.
Is that an ad for it or something?
It looks like. Oh, you know what? Pachinko is
It's like the
a
casino, the ball
grab it.
game.
Yeah,
Looks like
exactly.
it's an advertisement for it.
It looks like it's
Is
the
it? I
advertisement
can't tell.
for it. Yeah.
Oh,
Presentation book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
No, I would buy that just for my Jaws pinball, just to put it on top of that.
Sonic Mania. I feel like I saw a couple of things. You got a couple of consoles.
They gotta have a kiosk in here. There has to be a kiosk in here. Hang on, go scroll back up a little bit. Is that Who Shot Johnny Rock? Go back up a little bit more. Right there. It was Lupin the Third. Sorry,
Lupin the Third. Yeah.
but is that a stand?
Wait,
Yeah, that was
Lupin
like
was
a
shooting
stand-up.
game?
No, it's a
Oh,
stand-up.
slot machine. Those are.
So that's the stand for it.
Oh, I would totally buy that. Oh
I
my
would-
God. Okay. Actually, Vic, send me this link. I'm gonna buy that.
No, these display items are collector shit, dude. You can't get
How much
them
is this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Vic, put that in the private chat. I need that for later.
for a lot of money. That's why I have those banners. So like I can pull it right off the floor over here. This is why I buy like the GameStop banners. Because like the Zelda stuff, the Mortal Kombat stuff, like that shit goes for a lot of money. Like this Zelda banner right here, that's worth $200. Like at least. And that's just right now it's worth $200. In 10 years from now, it's gonna be worth probably $400 or $500 or $600. Some of that stuff goes for a lot. Anything Mortal Kombat, like the original Mortal Kombat banner from back in the day, that's a fucking like a $2,000 item.
Wow.
And it's just a banner. Like that right there would
This
go.
is a figurine. This is a Iron Studio 1/10 scale figurine.
And that's sexy looking.
It's never been opened, apparently. I guess there is a tear to the box, but there is no other significant damage. Check pictures. Tell you, man, the auction stuff. You go wild with it. You want some Hello Kitty display case?
Yeah.
But yes, so every once a month they, captains. So Ray asked if I ever bought anything. I bought a broken Mega Touch RX. That's the bar top. And on the hammer, I think I paid $200 for it.
And what it cost you to ship it?
Shipping that was $55.
That's not bad.
Surprisingly, yeah, it was like one of these, like a Mega Touch like this.
How did they arrange the shipping on it, or did you have to arrange it?
No, so the woman told me that because it's like a small thing, she I don't want to say the word UPS, but I think she UPS'd it.
Okay.
But I feel like anytime it's an arcade or a pinball, they usually use Beltman.
Do they what do you call it? Do they help arrange shipping for you? Like do they tell you to call?
Yeah. Yeah. So they like when you pay, like when the auction's over, you get an email that says like, hey, you won this, and then you have to wait till like Monday to call them, and you pay for it, and then you organize shipping like right then and there.
Got you. Yeah,
prices though. Wait, go back. Lot of 3 what?
Arcade control
panels
with the gun.
Oh, one is the gun.
Damn, the Crisis Zone itself is worth like $800.
It's $225. It's sold for
$800, really?
For Crisis Zone is out of production. You can't. There's no repros. There's no nothing. If you have that with a working motor, actually, I can get the new motor. That's quite a lot. I sold all my Crisis Zones already though.
So Vic, it was funny that you mentioned Beltman because Beltman was a company that I was originally using before I went to official LTL freight with pallets.
LTL, okay.
I had to move off from Beltman because the second arcade I shipped to my guy down in South Carolina, the first time we shipped it to him, it was $450 to ship to him in South Carolina.
I coughed on that. How much?
It was $450 to ship to him for the first arcade using Beltman.
Okay.
The second arcade I had to ship to him, I contacted Beltman. I'm like, hey, we already shipped.
Okay, I gotta get in there, right? Shit, I would have bought that.
They tried charging me $1,200 to go to him again.
Wow.
And I was like, what happened? And they're like, they started using a different company, and they weren't outsourcing moving companies anymore. So
I was having a lot of trouble with Beltman too. A lot of the stuff I was getting last summer, I was trying to go through Beltman, and whenever I was trying to contact them, they were like, "We don't do that." I'm like, "Yeah, but your website right here, Pinball and Arcade, is like that's a different company. You have to call them. That's a different division."
I did not know that.
And they're like, "Well, can you transfer me?" It's like, "No, you just have to look them up. That's a different division." And they wouldn't even like put me in touch with the arcade. And then the arcade pinball movers, there's no phone number for them. It's all like email with like a representative, and then they get back to you. But Beltman's a huge company with a phone number and a website, but if you call them, they do this to you. If you just mentioned like pinballs and arcades, they're like, we don't do individual items. We move.
I thought
houses.
They were like the leading industry. Like they are the people you call for moving a pinball machine.
Not anymore, no. Because it's because their prices have almost doubled now, and it's because they're using semi-truck stuff for like if you can't get
that 2002 Playboy that I got from a barcade in North Carolina, that was Beltman pinball movers, and they came by in a damn semi-truck.
It's an
and they had to park out on the main road because they couldn't turn into my neighborhood.
Well, now how much did they charge you for that, Brad?
Oh, that was $600.
And how do you know how many miles it went across?
It was North Carolina to Maryland. So
that's not bad.
Still $600. Like that's like usually like Beltman is known for like $600, but damn, like what you had, Joel, shit.
Right. Well, that's why I was using Beltman the entire time, and I didn't have to palletize anything, and they were fantastic. I never had an issue at all. Beltman got delivered to Brad's house when I first sent him his racing machine. I used Beltman for that, and they delivered it in a box truck, not a semi truck.
With a box truck with a lift gate. Yeah.
Right. They completely eliminated the box truck with the lift gate guys, and they're just using the 80-foot semi truck. So if you can't get an 80-foot semi truck down your street, they can't ship it there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where I was like, why did you stop? Why did you change this?
And this isn't recent though. You're talking like maybe
this is last year. This is a year ago at this point. Yeah. So that's where I started. I was almost like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And I use CH Robinson, which is a third-party logistic company, and they're one of those companies where you type in the location and the address, and then they'll give you a list of freight companies at a certain rate.
Oh, so, okay. I know what you're talking about.
So like I always choose either Estes or Pitt, Ohio, and they're the two best ones. Aside, I had to use FedEx, and FedEx is fucking Ace Ventura, man. It is, dude. You can't ship anything freight on FedEx without it getting fucked.
I've always used ABF. That's like how these pinball machines came from Jersey Jack, ABF, and ABF. Honestly, I put it on the website, and I'll put the dimensions in. It'll give you the number, and it's always cheaper than calling them, and I pay it, and they pick it up and go.
From my understanding with C.H. Robinson, so like, we want to ship to Canada, right? From my understanding with C.H. Robinson, they make the arrangements.
Oh, wow.
All you got to do is you just schedule it to get picked up, and they get it across the border. They take care of the duty shit.
That's usually, I'm surprised they do that. I'm surprised they do that.
Right, they take care of the whole thing. So yeah, it's they're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Surprise.
Right. I had a different company call me recently. I forgot the name of it. He reached out to me looking for a Guitar Hero arcade, and then he's like, "Hey, I work for one of those third-party logistic companies." And he goes, "Not C.H. Robinson." I go, "Okay, cool. I'll use them." And, I'm like, "If you can give me the same rate, I'm like, I'll just." if you can give me the same prices as them, I'll just, use your company. What's the fucking difference? Who cares?
Right.
So I through. It's the same shit. And they tried doing the same thing that Beltman was doing. They were on it. They wanted $1,650 to go to Chicago from Buffalo. That's what I said. I was like, nah, bro. I was on the phone with him, and I'm like, bro, I'm going to look up C.H. Robinson right now, and I'm telling you, it's going to be like $500. And it was 6 actually. It was $600. Plus
better than $1,650
plus $4,000 in insurance, which was another $60, and after tax, it came out right around $700. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with them. I'm like, that's a no brainer, bro. I'm like, I appreciate you. I'm like, but if you can get me that rate, I'm like, call me back. And he never called me back. Yeah,
that's wild. But as far as for captains, you could always arrange for pickup. So if you don't want to ship with them,
West
then
Coast.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
I almost bought something. I was going to tell B Kong to hold it for me, but then I didn't win it. Because B lives very close to him. He walks over there.
Does he really?
Yeah.
B's close to all the port down there. That's how he got that a bunch of those arcade 1-ups back in the day early because he was right near the shipping warehouses.
Huh. Next time they have an auction, I'm gonna log on and see if they have any guns. I'll just
every month, dude. And for them, it's like they'll start the catalog. It's just you have to like Ray saw the Ghost Squad guns that sold for $125, but like you have to wait till like no joke like 1 a.m. to get to that lot because it's the last. That's what happened with my Mega Touch. My Mega Touch, and
not a problem for me.
Yeah, it's just
it's 1 a.m. California time, Ray. So
that's like 3.
Yeah, dude. You're up at 3 o'clock in the morning, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not a problem.
My Mega Touch, I think the hammer dropped at like maybe like 1:45 in the morning, and it was the bottom of the barrel because it's broken. Nobody wants fucking broken shit but me.
So speaking of guns, I wanted to show you guys a little sneak peek of something.
I want to see this. This is a good segue. Perfect segue.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Hang on, I'll hit the music while Brett's doing it.
I like that you have. I love how you have a macro for that. Like, when are you going to use that again? Maybe like on Bill Tendo's stream. Like what?
Yeah, right. Right before I get through the giveaway, I'm like, all right, guys, it's time for the giveaway, and I'm going to hit that.
All right, let's see this.
Check this out. This is a prototype of the X gun. This is a completely wireless light gun that also does gyro or different kinds of IR sensors. So I'm going to be doing a review of this. This is like I said, it's a prototype 3D printed shell, but this thing is it's a Swiss Army knife of light guns. It's got all this crazy different tech in it. The little OLED screen on the back helps you switch between different profiles and whatnot. But it is a completely wireless light gun. So it's a wireless light gun that you can use with a 4-point sensor, a 2-point sensor, a dolphin bar, whatever you have. The software in it, you just tell it to use just different configuration. It can be used in gamepad mode or in light gun mode, meaning you can use it with your PlayStation. You can play Call of Duty or something on it in gyro mode with no sensors. It has analog controls, pump action on it, handle slam button. Like I said, it's like this proof of concept that Zenith Guns is making to just everything he ever wanted in a light gun. He's putting all in one thing, and he's trying to make a product out of it. So it has a huge amount of potential just because of the fact that it's a wireless light gun with recoil that can support up to 4 guns. And Vic, you and I have both struggled with the wireless aim tracks where you had 1 gun and no recoil. So this one, I already set it up briefly right before I left town. I got it, so I just briefly got it set up where it immediately was picked up easily in MAME or in Demol Shooter, just like any of my other light guns. But the fact that you could then just assign an ID on it through its GUI, and you can get up to 4 guns on it, all through a single Bluetooth connection. So Windows just tethers it through its single Bluetooth connection, and now it also has a USB option. You can just plug in a USB cable, and now it's a wired gun. So if you don't have Bluetooth, it still works. That's another thing where it's just like the Swiss Army knife thing. So it's now that's not it's currently in its prototype shell, so it's going to be the final product will look different. The final product might be a ways off because again, this is like a test bed of different technologies. But I'm just blown away at the amount of different configurations you can do in the software for gamepad mode, direct input, X input. You can just press a button and change what IR sensor it goes on, a cross symbol or corner symbol or a single bar at the top or a single bar at the bottom. You just press a button and it's good to go. So it's pretty neat.
What about the PID? Did you have to change the PID in MAME for it to work, or did it automatically pick up?
So it has a set ID number. You would just put that into your MAME override file that you already have. Right. But unlike, like I said, unlike say aim track or something, where if you had the wireless aim track, even though it was just one player, every time that thing reconnected, it would generate a new ID number.
Oh,
this thing has This one has a stable ID. It doesn't care what the Bluetooth connection is. The software makes sure that there's a stable ID that is always presented to the emulator.
Does the software have to be running in the background?
No, the software doesn't have to be running. You can set everything and then you can send it to the gun, like with Gun for IR, where you just upload to gun. It doesn't have to be running, but if you want to make any changes, you open the software, you can make the changes, but then you can close it out.
Now, what about so after you added the new ID to your MAME controller file, did you have to configure the gun, or was the controls already automatically seen in MAME?
So if I was already mapped to my Gun for IR on the games in MAME, all I had to do was change the UID in my override file, and it automatically was mapped.
Perfect. So, okay, so
now that's the thing, is that if you wanted to fully utilize the X gun, where it has like, you know, the slap button on the bottom of the handle or the pump, if you wanted something like that, it might not match up to your current mapping. And of course, it also has the analog stick on the back and buttons on the side. If you wanted to map any of those extra features, you'd have to go and remap. But if you're just like left click, right click, middle click, you know, then the X gun's already ready, good to go. So,
but your standard buttons were already mapped. Your B1, your B2, your B3.
Yeah. So it's the trigger on the X gun was automatically mapped to left click. Your button 1, button 2, button 3. Then all the other stuff was extra.
I love that, because there, you know, so far that would be the third gun that I would have come across, or we have come across, that does that. Because obviously, you know, the Gun for IR is this thing, but then the next gun that I never had to map in MAME was the AE light gun. Once I changed the PID, it was automatically seen inside MAME from the controller file. The next gun after that was the fucking retro shooter gun, which was automatically seen in MAME, just the same exact way after I changed the PID, and now this X gun. So that's fantastic. So if that X gun does ever hit the market, that means that our drives that we have are 100% compatible with it without having to do any remapping.
Yeah, which is just change MAME INI and demo shooter INI. That's all.
Exactly. And then obviously your raw input Technoparrot games too.
You said that connected via Bluetooth or like a receiver?
Bluetooth. Straight up Bluetooth, or you can do a USB cable. But it's here we've got.
So your computer needs Bluetooth.
Well, yeah, of course.
But you can probably always get like a Bluetooth receiver
dongle,
thing.
Yeah, you can probably get a dongle for it.
Gunfire actually always had a wireless option. It's just no one ever utilized it due to battery concerns and.
Does this guy know we're gonna rip this thing apart when we come down there? We're gonna fuck.
Yeah, no, I told him you guys were coming, but this is a shot. It's a pretty imposing, like, front heavy thing. I made a joke with you guys that it's like it's like Judge Dredd's gun right now. But it does have dynamic LEDs in it and dynamic recoil right now, so that X pattern there is backlit LEDs. But it's still a work in progress, but one of the things he's also working, it's currently in the software. When you're talking about like setting the recoil or the lights, you can say like, you know, reactive, like, you know, lights blink when you shoot, or single shot recoil, full auto recoil, or dynamic recoil. But he has another option where it's like, response to game. And he's actually kind of fed up with MAME Hooker, and he's trying to build his own. He's trying to integrate basically what MAME Hooker does into the X gun software, where it's automatically looking for outputs from MAME and whatnot. And you won't need MAME Hooker running for this thing to get dynamic recoil and lighting. So that's something he's still working on.
Profiles, I guess. It's gonna be
but I just love the fact that, you know, like somebody to do MAME Hooker, you know, recoil and lights on a gun without having MAME Hooker running. Yeah. That's pretty, you know, it's about time, you know.
Now, is that gun rechargeable? For you to get that recoil, you had to recharge it?
Yeah. So the Bluetooth, the whole thing is, it does charge over a 5-volt cable. So, you know, it does have a charger that he shipped it with. Now, it's a smart charger. That's the kind of, you know, if the battery's fully charged, the brick stops sending current. So, so you don't just plug it into a regular old like USB port or something. But so it's got a smart charger, and it's USB-C if you're tethered, if you don't want to use the Bluetooth, or you have a computer that doesn't have Bluetooth. But the Bluetooth pairing was actually super easy. You know, you flip it on, like I said, you can manage the whole pairing sequence with the little OLED screen on the back. And that's also where you can switch profiles. Like, say, now I want it to be different kind of recoil setup, or now I want it to go and be a gyro gun, and I want to go over to my PlayStation and play Call of Duty. You know, I was sitting there and I was stabbing the screen, and it's got an accelerometer in it too. So like when I'm doing that, that's the melee attack. You know, in Call of Duty, it's right. Yeah. So it's and now, you know, I hate gyro guns, but I love that he's like, well, whatever, in for a penny, in for a pound. So he put the gyro stuff in there too, just to expand the functionality of the gun. So, but the real thing that blew me away was the IR sensors where just with a click of a button, because you guys, it can switch from 2 sensor to 4 sensor to 1 bar to, corners to cross center. Because you guys know that the retro shooter guns originally sent with 2 sensors.
Yeah.
And then when they went to the 4 sensor system, they had to actually also send out a new camera module for the guns.
Yeah, like the front, right.
It was a kit. So this one, you just press a button in the software and it automatically switches from 2 sensor to 4 sensor to cross or corner, whatever. It's all built in already.
He basically mixed Samco, Gunfire R, and Dolphin Bar all in one. Mostly Samco and Gunfire R, two features, if I'm not mistaken. Because everything I hear is exactly Gunfire R's Bluetooth mode. The only difference is we didn't want to do it because of battery concerns, and recoil over battery is.
I was impressed that the recoil over battery was a thing, because now Retro Ralph did a short because he's going to be doing a review of the gun as well. Right now, Retro Ralph and me are the only people I think who have the prototype guns. The one that came to me was supposed to go to a reviewer over in the UK who backed out, and it turns out the creator of this gun is local to the DC area, and he saw my channel. He noticed that I was in the Baltimore area, so he hooked me up with, we met up one day and he hooked me up with this other prototype. So when I first saw Retro Ralph talk about it, the first thing I was like, well, one, can it do multiple guns? Because if it can't, I'm not interested even to beginning. Right. But also, it's doing recoil. Does it do recoil? Because I couldn't tell in his video, but yes, it does. It's a snappy little solenoid recoil in it, and to do that on a battery, that was pretty impressive. So, question of how long is the battery life, and I'm going to have to put it through its paces. So when you guys come down in May, maybe you guys can help me do that. And like you said, if we tear it apart, he said, be completely honest, tear it apart. He wants a real critical review of it. The only thing he asks is that anything that I say in the ultimate video would be technically factual. That's it.
When I meant tear it apart, I didn't mean take it apart physically. I meant we're going to put it to
bring a small screwdriver with you. Maybe
I want to see that battery life and how long we can hold that.
Probably there's a capacitor inside that's boosting it from the 5 volt of the battery, because all the batteries are 5 volt.
We'll be able to find that out pretty quickly, because with the Sinden also used a capacitor, and then if you were going full auto, it couldn't keep up, and eventually the recoil would die out. So we'll put this thing through its paces, and then my video is going to go out after you guys have left, because I'm hoping to incorporate some of your all's opinions into my review.
Actually, it's probably 2 18650 battery, 18650 lithium-ion batteries. So 2 of them will get them 3.7 volts. And then he might have a buck converter that'll boost up to maybe 5 volts or 12 to get recoil to work.
Yeah, and it's not. It doesn't have the same kick as some of the solenoids that we have on Gunfire IR, of course, but it's really snappy. It's really responsive.
The smallest one we've had is 5 volt. We can get a 5 volt solenoid to give a little kick. Anything smaller than that is very difficult.
I just think even right now, just the way you explained it, right? And this is I'm a fan of wireless. That's why I like the aim track. I would just tell the guy to just be prepared that you're going to get people that are going to be annoyed, but then what you're getting out of this gun is, it's I don't want to say we're groundbreaking. My only main thing is that if the accuracy and the latency is not there, it's already trashed.
Yeah. So let me bring up the video again and see if you guys can catch any of the latency.
If you could also, Brad, I do notice that analog stick is a little bit left.
Oh yeah, it's a little skewed. It's it's the prototype shell, so it's a little skewed to the left there. But yeah, this is the prototype 3D printed shell. He said very much this is not what the final shell is going to be.
Right. So for me personally, just watching it, mind blowing. Number one, it's wireless. Mind blowing. Number two, that you do have recoil. I like all that, but it's just kind of when you guys first came over, Joel came over and Ray. The first thing Ray said is oh God, look at the fucking latency on the aim track. That's the number one thing, and especially again when it's going through wireless. And Ray knows more than me about wireless and all that.
Test it. We'll test it using if you have an OLED at home, we'll test it on 120 hertz refresh rate, and then we'll tell right away. If you want, I can bring that laser and stick it to the top, and we can just follow the dot.
And yeah, we'll measure it, right?
Yeah.
I want to see if I have another video. Here's a video of the what is this?
Brett, how did you hook up with this guy?
So as far as buttons,
he found me on my YouTube channel.
Everyone's just using the same strategy I use. Look for Brad. Look for Ralph.
Well, so what I did was I think it was Ralph made a video, and the guy commented on Ralph's video, and I commented to him because I follow him. I've been following him for like a year and a half now, and I commented to him, maybe you should send this, something along the lines of, maybe you should send this to people that actually know how to use light guns and not a hype man. And then all of a sudden you got one in your hands.
Yeah. And he, it was after actually I posted a YouTube short about the Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore. And after that, he messaged me on a bunch of my videos like, hey, are you Baltimore? Because you're posting about, I'm like, yeah, I'm Baltimore. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm in DC. Can we meet up? I made a light gun. And I didn't know who he was till we literally met. We met and showed it to me. I was like, I recognize this light gun. Ralph has one of these. And he's just like, yeah, I sent one to Retro Ralph too. But this is the only other one I was sending out. And like I said, he was going to send it to somebody over in the UK, and it backed out at the last minute. And he's like, but I saw you were local, and I'm a fan of your channel, blah, 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 blah. So
that's cool.
Thank God that he backed out of that, because seriously, when a new product like this comes on the market, it needs to go to a guy like you or one of us four. It really does. You know, because you're just going to get people that are going to hype it up and make it out to be something fantastic, like those shitty ass fucking retro shooters. A whole other fiasco like that. Let's get some people that actually know how to use these things and can give an honest review on it, which would be somebody like you, Brad. I'm really happy you got it.
Brad, really have you gotten Sinden's ones or no?
I was in the line for Sinden's before I went Gun for IR, and it was like a 8-month wait. And then once I had Gun for IR, I just canceled my order because, at the time I was really disheartened by the software, the front end software for Sinden. But yeah, so I've never actually had Sinden's. But I can't imagine a reason that I would ever want a Sinden at this point.
I'm saying, like, if you did have a Sinden, then you would have technically gone through all the paces of Lycon.
Right.
You went aim track, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't have an AE. I was gonna pick up an AE. Actually, somebody was gonna send me an AE, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to do a review of this?" And I told him at the time, I was like, "To be honest, I'm gonna tear it up. I'm gonna tear it up, and just FYI." And so he never sent it. So.
I can bring a
Sinden. My order. I was pissed about that.
I have my Sindens. I can bring a Sinden with me if you want to check out a Sinden. But I'll bring if I'm going to bring a Sinden, though, I'm going to bring Batacera, because there's no sense.
I was going to say, if you're going to bring Sindens, I want you to bring your light gun box, and I want to put it up on my 85-inch with and see what happens. So.
Well, I mean, it'll be laggy.
You might be able to now take this X gun and see if it's Bluetooth though, and try to put it to the Batacera.
Well, it's Bluetooth or USB. It'll do either one. So, yeah.
Battlestar probably doesn't have direct support for this yet. The HID is probably not registered in there yet.
I'll bring a gun box. Actually, I'm building 4 of them right now, and I'll bring one. I'll bring one of the ones that I won't ship yet, and because I still have, it's like a month wait for me, so I'll bring one of those with me, and then you guys can all three of you can have an opportunity to check it out, and Ray, you can finally understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know what it is. I just don't have use for Sinden. I can't use it in my place. There's too much LEDs around here.
What gets me about the Sindens right now is, of course, I'm on a lot of the Facebook groups and the forums and whatnot. And people are, I try to do tech support from like the user's perspective point of view. And whenever somebody's like, "Oh, I can't get the latest Technoparrot game working," or this is this, I'm like, "Oh, well, what's the problem? Let's check your drivers. Let's check this." It's like, well, no, it launches, but then the border doesn't work. I'm like, "Oh, you're a Sinden guy." Well, then that's a Sinden problem. That's not a game problem. Yeah, so sorry, not sorry, but
the door's that way.
Hang on, wait, what's your problem? You don't have a white border?
What the hell was that?
Some one downside to those. I've never had a Sinden. I'd rather keep my aim track than go to that side.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
I just love that software where it's like this is just the calibration window where it's got up, down, left, right, but then it also has your rotational calibration in there. So for the accelerometers and whatnot.
I'm also noticing that you didn't change the IR sensors.
Yeah, he made support for every configuration possible, basically.
Yeah, you can. So I had a cross sensor, but I think when I first started up, the default that he had it on before he gave it to me was corner sensors, the 4-sensor retro shooter. But I just went in the software and just pressed the button to change. Oh, you can also set your screen size in the software. You set 69. Yeah, you could set 69 and then the size of the screen. So it's
43. You can go all the way up.
Oh no, yeah, I don't remember the maximum limits on there, but I do remember that it was set for like 32, and I had to drop it down to like 20, whatever my GRS cab, like 24 or something that my GRS cab is. So
do I need to bring a computer with me so we can test it out on your 85?
No, I mean I've got plenty of computers we can test this on. Yeah, no problem.
I'll bring a drive.
Perfect.
I'll bring my drive too.
Well, you know what?
Brad has your drive, right? Technically.
Yeah, your thumb drive.
I got to bring Ray's drive, so I'll bring a drive with me because I got to bring not Ray's. I got to bring.
I updated it a little bit.
Word. I forgot about that. Oh, that's solid.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if there's a I think this is the software. Video is a bit too short. Okay, it needs longer videos. All right. Well, all right. I can't send still images over this, but
screen
share.
share
Your screen.
Oh wait, screen share. Yeah, let's do screen share. Hold on.
Move it from your nude folder to another one.
I got a feeling I'm gonna like this X gun a lot. Like I'm probably gonna be impressed by it a little bit.
I'm more interested to see the actual handle reload.
I'm still gun for IR till death, though.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's what I said. Right now, like Gunfire is accurate. He's got the wireless thing, which I kind of like. But again, if it's gonna be, from your video that Brad's showing, it doesn't really look like there's any latency.
Yeah, JB is super against wireless.
Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the sensor options. So you can see you can do 4:3, 16:9, 21:9, and 32:9 ratios. You can do monitor size. It's a slider. So right now it was at the default 32-inch. But you can see at 32 inches, you're way over to the left. So it goes super big. You can do with bezels or full screen. And then look at all the IR placement options that are just push button. You can do 3 IR, with single IR, a bar IR, corners, crosses. It's crazy.
So he mixed Lichtenmeyer, which is the Wii one, with so the first sensor bar above, below is and the 4 is Lichtenmeyer. That's that software. The 4 IR boxes is also Samco. Corners is ours, of course. It's the 3.
Do you think it's compatible?
The diamond is yours.
The
corners
would
be corners would be the retro.
The 3 is a little weird.
The 3 is weird, right?
Yeah, the 3 I've never seen on anything before.
Do you think you could plug this into like a PS2?
No way.
No, this does work on. This does have a gamepad mode, but that gamepad mode is like wireless gamepad, so like PS4 and whatnot.
It should be a D-input gamepad. There's no way it'll be a good. PS4.
Now, if we were able to use this on stock console, PS1, PS2, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, I would be fucking impressed.
No, that wouldn't be possible because you wouldn't need the special plug or whatever connector to, and it would have to read original PS2. Whatchamacallit.
Listen, I was dreaming. I was just dreaming.
Yeah,
actually, I think let a man dream.
Didn't Andy Sinden talked about making it console compatible with like a Pi or something in the middle.
Prototype, yeah. JB does have a solution for that, like using original consoles, but it would be a standard Gunfire plugged into like a converter box that will convert it into a specific plug for like PS1 or whatever.
Well, hold on, Ray, because I read an IGN article. Sinden made it to IGN, and IGN did an article on Sinden, and Sinden has something like that, what you just described, coming out consoles for the Sinden.
Still, we're all still very prototype on that one, though. That is a long way away, and right now, we're working on SMD PCBs full time right now. That's the hardest part. After that, the more hard part will be getting the damn shells made, some kind of mold made. That's where it's going to be putting the big money on.
Brad, we're doing the same thing. Shilioski, aka Furiosa of the arcade world, is in the chat. Hello, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
I was on the phone with her the other day, and I was like, "Bro, if you were a Mad Max character, you would be Furiosa all day." Totally.
Yeah, I'm too young for that reference. I don't know who Mad Max is.
Furiosa was 2015, Ray.
Oh,
I didn't see Mad Max either, but I knew it wasn't retro.
Oh, whoops! Hold on.
And also, the
that's like when they're all like in the sand.
And then she's got her own movie coming out. Like, yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
I'm not into movies like that. I'm not a big
Mad Max 1 is 1979.
No, but the Furiosa character was only introduced in the 2015 movie.
So technically, Ray was correct with the Mad Max, at least.
So here, let me tell you what Mad Max Fury Road. This is the movie. We're gonna go all the way this way and blow everything up on the way, and then we're gonna go all the way back the other direction and do the same thing all over again and blow it all up. And it was fucking awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I just googled it. Okay, all right. So, all right, I never followed the Mad Max series, so yeah, okay. I'm too, I guess, old then or young, whichever way you want to go about it. But not the right age.
Hang on,
I'm not into movies like that. I'm not a movie buff like that.
What is she sending me here? Is this porn?
It better be.
All right, let's do this. Whew.
Flash the screen. Now, Brad, are you going to another arcade tomorrow?
Oh my god! She made an '80s video. This is her. Look, watch. This is She Lion's video on TikTok right now.
Is that actually
her? What did you do? What did you do? Whoa, we got super chats?
I follow Sheila on TikTok. I want to see this video.
Well, we got a super chat.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, yo, I know him. He's one of my customers.
I didn't even know we can get super chats.
Wait, who gets paid for this?
Whose account is that going to?
Oh, shit.
It's probably Joel. Joel, I think it's yours. Mine isn't. My account isn't cleared for super chat. It's got to be Joel's account.
It's end of Q1 and still no release.
Oh no! Don't ask Ray about Blamcom. He's going to go into rage mode.
Oh no, yes, I'm not going to go into rage mode.
Basically, they just did everything that I did, but doing 3D printed shells. That is not something that I'm willing to do because it's just not viable. It's very slow and it's not exactly durable. I don't. 3D parts is fine. Shells I wouldn't do.
So,
but up to them.
Are you saying that BlamCon stole the fucking Samco software like everybody else did, except for you guys, because JB's the one that helped make that Samco shit?
Yeah, basically. But we also noticed that their MAME hooker code is identical, 1-to-1 with Gunfire R's coding,
Suspicious.
which is actually made by JB. It's not like standard, serial commands. It's JB's own commands, and they copied it 1-to-1. So I was not happy about that.
We at the Four Musketeers do not officially accuse anyone of anything. These are all opinions.
But
that code is correct. That code is the same.
When somebody does something like that, this is what we call them.
You little semen puking asshole dickhead.
If you're making your own software to make your own hardware, fine. Then we call it just fair competition. Whether or not it comes out and at what price, that's a different story. I compete on quality and service versus price because price competition is stupid, honestly, in my opinion. That's when you fight to the bottom and nobody wins.
And nobody wins. Yeah, it's you fight to the bottom until you're the only one winning, and then you can jack your prices up with no competition.
It's hard to do that nowadays, actually, because no matter what, you're never gonna beat a third world country if you try to fight that hard on it. We did this with the cell phone accessories. We were selling screen protectors for like $2 wholesale, and then people started doing it for like $1, and then now it's gone down to like 35 cents, and it's to the point where you're barely making a nickel now.
Yeah, but the big thing about Blamcom is their various shells, their various guns, like the looks of them, the mechanical features that are tied to the solenoid recoils. They're neat looking, but they are all 3D printed on like commercial, like residential kind of scale 3D printing. They're gonna have a volume problem. They're gonna have a quality problem. And right now, a lot of people are asking them, like, when does these come out? When do these come out? When can I start putting deposits down? And the last I heard, they were like, we're not taking deposits because when we do,
that's smart.
Then you guys are gonna be like, where's my gun? Where's my gun? Where's my gun? Right. And we're not at the point where we can start producing them in the numbers that we think we're gonna have interest for. That's another thing that the X gun guy is gonna have a problem with once he starts like
opening this 3D printed shell too. He's gonna making a mold in the US. If you did it here, is like $50K per mold, and if you fuck up the first mold, you can't correct it. You make another mold.
You know what? I got that industrial printer. Keep talking, you guys. I got that industrial printer. I'm going to go to Thingiverse, and I'm going to find a gun shell, and I'm going to run it through my program, and I'm going to see how long it's going to
take. There's a time crisis, a gun print. Actually, I can ask Eric to send it to you. There's the exact time crisis, 1-for-1 shell if you want to print it for fun.
No, I don't want to print it for fun. I was going to put it in my program.
Get how long.
Yeah.
Right.
So like how many months are we out for producing X number of units of these?
Right.
But also the fact that they're offering so many different kinds of guns. So they're not just stamping out the one gun. They've got a bunch of different kinds, and that's the exciting part, but it's also the part that's going to make it really hard to deliver it on mass. And that's all outside of the fact that, like, you know, it's like it's the BlamCon gun. It's, you know, like the innards are there. It's not a unique gun, like software wise. You know, like, again, not trying to be accusatory or anything, but
no, his 3D design is excellent.
No, I'm saying which is the 3D design and his placement of solenoids and moving parts and whatnot. But the software portion, I don't really think you're getting anything that you wouldn't get from someone else.
Yeah, so, that the software wise, I think it's almost identical, but using a bigger board that costs a little bit more. But ours will be fully factory produced in the next 2-3 months or so. So that will actually be able to drop prices significantly, and the DIY will be much, much simpler. Imagine no solder DIY kit, just drop in, screw in your gun con. That will be my idea for getting prices really low, where you just, you know, buy a kit, buy whatever color gun con you want from eBay, and just pop it in. At least minimum, make a rumble gun is easy. Then we don't even have to do a custom cable. And we'll have USB-C now. There's no benefit to it, by the way. There's zero benefit to a USB-C.
I think it's more convenient. Everybody now has USB-C.
Yeah, the header is a little bit more durable. That's about it. But in terms of actual like data transfer, no, there's no difference there. I checked.
No, you don't need the kind of throughput that like USB 4.2 Gen 3 whatever can do.
Yeah, we're not even really going to be able to make a longer cable because there's still physical limitations with 4-cable USB, regardless of which header you use. Micro USB-C is just a different header. It's still four pins. Oh, I just said, Joe, I sent you the link for a Time Crisis 3D print. You can see how long it'll take.
Wow.
Oh, that's Odin Con.
Then that's this is the Fusion. Hang on.
I sent you a bigger one.
You did? Okay, hang on. So
in our Facebook chat though.
But you're not okay. I'll download it and I'll get that one in just a second. I just grabbed this one from Thingiverse.
Yeah, just post that.
This was the Fusion, but so I'm just trying to make sure I got the right one on the screen here that you guys can see. Yes, I do, but it's not showing the screen. So what I see is my estimated print result screen. It's not showing that for some reason on your screen. Just for this piece right here is 1 hour 58 minutes. Just for this piece.
Total, we're talking about like 9 hours, probably more.
You're looking at probably one.
Yours is a very high speed printer. Yours is a supercharged one, right?
This is on hyperspeed. So this is hyperspeed. I can turn it down though.
Hyperspeed.
So just to go to regular standard.
I know the last guys that were making it, they said it took them like 26 hours or something to print. I'm like, oh hell no.
Damn.
No, it's not right.
But one of my customers got one of those for free from a friend who printed it. He said the quality was nowhere close to the usual gun mods he buys from me. He says the feeling, the girth, the stuff there.
So a regular printer, so to regular print this, not on hyperspeed, just a regular PLA like an Ender 3 or whatever. This is just normal PLA. It would be 4 hours and 1 minute just for this piece.
Wow.
So it's if you're not using an industrial printer like something like I have, like a Raise 3D Pro, you're going to be spending a week printing one of these guns.
I'm sure they'll use industrial assembly. They'll probably have like a print farm or something. It's just how viable is that durability and everything.
That's the thing when it comes to like a fucking print farm, though. When you have a print farm, this file. Hang on, let me see if I can show you the file. This is the Fusion Lycon, and I'm not ragging on the Fusion, so don't think that I am right now because I don't.
Is it?
This is the Fusion file. I'll show you the file in just a second. So I went to Thingiverse, and the first thing that popped up on the screen was the Fusion. So let me stop the screen. Hang on. Got to share a different screen. Share screen. Window. Here it is. That should be it. All right. So this is the Fusion gun. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all the files to print for the Fusion gun.
Damn.
Right.
19 items.
Right. So you got to print. Now imagine printing 19. Now, not every single item is going to be 4 hours, but let's estimate 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
19 times 3 is what?
57.
So it's going to take you 57 hours to print.
And then assembly.
So you're
not even like there's nothing like grind it and prime it and hand it and.
Well, they're doing what's it called hydro dipping apparently.
Yeah, so you're working on that You're working on that for what, 2 weeks at least, just for one gun. So it's
they'll probably be doing it in bulk, and then everyone will just be dipping parts. They're not going to paint it, but the problem I don't like about 3D printing is the finish. It's never perfect by the nature of 3D printing. Like, you don't get that smooth, gloss finish that you will with a mold.
Right.
Now, the problem is mold is fucking expensive.
Right, and then you got durability issues also. So
that's kind of how's Brad? How would you say the X gun that you have that's 3D printed?
So that was right now that's a PLA print as well, but that literally was printed just to house the various components that are in it. That's not when you guys get it, it almost feels like a hatchet because the weight's all in the front and the handle's way in the back here. But that is not his design that he's sketched out. But this is a prototype to hold the various components. So like the slap button on the bottom and is a little loose. The pump is a little the fun thing. Both the pump and the trigger are analog. There's no micro switch there, so you can actually during calibration you can actually calibrate the trigger. Like how far back before you want it to engage and whatnot. But this was just a housing done to hold the various components.
That's very early then. Yeah, that one's cool. Blamcom is more the guy is a much more experienced 3D modeler. Obviously, he models props, so that I expect to be pretty good. As a business, that's a different story. Whether or not it's viable before you start getting burned down. If you're trying to make the price low, that's even asking for more trouble. Yeah.
So. But I like seeing more options than less. I just wish that I wish people didn't promise too much. Like this is going to be a product you can go to Walmart and buy. It's not going to be that. No. And I really hope that Xenos Guns with the X gun that he either develops this into maybe multiple products that have some of the technology, rather than every single gun has every single tech in it, because that is a lot of wasted tech. Like if you're never going to use the gyro gun, you're never going to use gamepad mode or something like that.
Gamepad mode is useful. Gamepad mode is useful for certain emulators now.
Definitely useful. But if let's say you're never going to use that, let's say you're just like in my cabinet, I would not use that. If he offered like the deluxe version that had this and the basic version just had IR in it, stuff like that. But it's so far removed from like a viable product yet that this is, like I said, it's very prototype-ish. When you start talking about like what people want, they want Sinden. Sinden is a set shell with a set tech in it, and you can just click a button and you buy it, and you get the same Sinden that your buddy got. It's the same thing.
I like how Sinden did everything except their tracking. Obviously, everything about Sinden is great except the actual. Like I can't play with it in this environment.
You're in charge of the chat. We and him keep clicking the chat at the same time, so he's in charge of the chat.
You're solder-free boards in a few months. What do you think? Just curious. What do you think you will have the molds for your what? What?
Will you have molds for your gun?
Will JB doing shell?
No. This 2024 not going to happen. Making all right. JB is very, very. Lack of a better word, anal about quality control. So if we're gonna do a mold, it's gonna be done right, but it's gonna take a very long time.
Fairness though, his I'm not trying to knock anything. His Window's running because all these other new techs.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we know where
retro shooters starting to kill the market. And the window is running for him to get a mold out and start producing that thing.
Well, it could be Betamax VHS. It could be like, hey, Betamax was better, but VHS flooded the market, and then like, Betamax was better, but I have the VHS already. It's
right, but I mean, people are going to strand to the cheaper product.
Oh yeah,
they're going to run. Oh yeah, the retro shooter has like cornered the cheap light gun market. It's basically the Pandora's box of light guns right now.
It is the Pandora's box company producing. It's made by 3D.
Exactly.
Actually.
Yeah, and they stole the Samco code, and they're using the Samco code on their guns. So,
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just but they're killing the market right now with all that, and everybody's jumping on that craze, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. I thought that
I think right now the gun for IR strength, aside from the quality difference, but I think the strength of gun for IR is the is the adaptability that you can take this system and put it into literally any gun you want. Do you want an original arcade gun? Do you want you want to take a light gun that you used on a PlayStation back in the day? You want a Nerf gun? You have a favorite Nerf gun? You make it into your light gun. Whatever you want can be a light gun now. You want light gun on a stick? Just put the IR camera. A gun for IR is just light gun on a stick.
Some guy did that. Yep. But the new SMD boards, the new solder-free boards is going to be even smaller. It's going to be like the size of a stick of gum, basically, a little bit less of a stick of gum. And we're actually going to have JST connectors. We're wiping out micro USB in general now. So I already have those custom produced. Those are ready tomorrow, actually. So they'll be coming in new cables with new connectors. And then that will hopefully help us corner the at least the DIY low-end market. So it will potentially drop the price of what is that, Joel?
Joel, what is happening to your
my cat's ass?
Oh, thank God!
Oh, I thought it was a dildo.
No, who uses a furry dildo?
Don't get Ray started.
I never looked at this Glam. Have you seen their website?
No.
Yeah.
You want to show it?
I'm on a different computer, but this is basically like what Brad just said, where you could just get the gun and put gunfire on it. That is this. They're showing you, no joke. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 18 guns on the screen.
Let's tear it apart. Let's tear that motherfucker apart.
You want me to do it? Hold on.
Share it on your screen because you got it up. Let's tear this motherfucker
apart. I got it up.
I could care less. I mean, I'm gunfire all day, so
we're all gunfire on this chat all day long.
Yeah, see the paint job on that is really nice.
First off, that is a fucking PNG of like it looks like what's the game that kids are playing?
That's the House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, basically, but with an
just go down. Just wait until you see this list of and what's crazy is there's ETA dates on this. Go ahead. I'm not even reading this. People are gonna go through. They're gonna see this.
The laser tag gun, RoboCop gun.
You got a Buzz Lightyear. There's a Buzz Lightyear.
I was gonna say, is that Buzz Lightyear?
I don't know. Buzz Lightyear had a gun, but it looks like the Ghostbusters phaser. Look at how many guns are on the screen.
ETA, and they all have ETA Q4 2024, Q3 2024.
I get it. The website does say in the beginning that their website is under, it's under construction. But no matter which learn more you click, it brings you right back to the home screen. I get it. It's under construction, but it's just kind of funny. Like, you guys are showing off right now like 15 guns.
Wait, Ray, let me ask you this.
Why are there 15 guns on the screen?
Ray, if you know for sure it's the code, why can't JB do something about that?
Well, only the main hooker part is. The rest is they're using Samco, some variant of it, because they're using 2 bars, top and bottom. So that's.
I thought Samco fucking put a trademark and copyright on that shit.
No, but She-Lion, though, they have not sent out review units. They've had a couple booths at conventions where they've let people play it, but they haven't sent any units out to people to review. They've let people come in and try the Blamcoms, the ones that they've already printed, like the ones that were on the website there. But they're not sending them out to any users yet.
Yeah. So I'm not going to try to hate on it or anything yet, or at least until we see anything. But as only the main hooker portion, I can tell it's way too exact.
Did you see this last gun, Brad? What is this?
You know what I would love? I would love if Samco just
all
took
the way down. Ahsoka lightsaber. What is happening there?
That was my idea. Remember, I made a lightsaber, a gunfire R, and then
it's gunfire on a stick. Yeah. So,
Let's play Ninja.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a pulse rifle.
There's your pulse rifle.
But it's a 3D printed pulse rifle, so it won't have like a working ammo count or anything on it. So
it might.
First person to give a $50 super chat, we'll buy that fucking anal gun and we'll shove it up somebody's ass.
I'm dying.
Live on YouTube.
You know what? It's if those 3D print files are decent, like if they have decent like feel and structural to them and whatnot, and they aren't just like cheap feeling, then I'd get one of the shells and put a Gunfire R in it.
Actually, apparently, they are releasing the 3D print files. They claimed they will release.
Oh yeah, no, I think you had to be a member of their group or something to get the 3D print files.
From when they said at the beginning, they said it was going to be open source, but I don't know how that's really going to happen because
I forgot. It wasn't like you had to be a Patreon, but you had to like be a member of their Discord or something. Because they're like, yeah, the files are free, but we're not going to give them out to everybody. You have to be part of our Discord group or something.
Oh, what?
So
wait, actually, this is
you probably got half that Star Wars shit from the Galactic Army 3D print files, anyways.
I mean,
for Patreon, yeah.
I mean,
Patreon
I wouldn't give away 3D print files like that for free because that you're asking for trouble there as well. Like it's just way too easy for another country to just.
Oh, I mean, he already stole the software from Samco.
I'm not saying it's stolen. We don't make any disclaimer on that.
If he's using the if it's a force sensor in the corner system, any light gun that comes out with that force sensor in the corner system is a Samco source ripoff. I'm saying it right now. That's what the retro shooter is. If that's what that thing's using, that's what that is. So they can come at me all they want, and I'll bitch to you guys privately like I always do. But anybody that's got the force sensors in the corners like that, everybody in this chat can go fucking search Samco light gun, and he will find the source code for it. That's what they stole, that's what they took. And that's what they're using.
It was free and released in open source for a period of time, and then he copyrighted it. But yeah, it was publicly released, so it's not stolen.
You're right, and he copyrighted it after that whole AE shit.
Yeah, so it was free. They modified it. They added some recoil support. They mixed up some stuff. So technically, they made it their own. That's fine.
I mean, that's still the base of the source code is Samco.
Yeah,
well, it's fine. It's fine. It's like you said, it started out as open source, and they took it and they're doing stuff. What I get, just be open about it. Don't tell everyone this is a new light gun system. Just be like, this is our light gun system. Don't say it's some revolutionary technology. Which is kind of the feeling I always get is like, this is BlamCon, and it's super accurate and it's great and it's this and we've been developing this for so long. I'm like. You guys are you're kind of spinning it a little hard for me. It came off a little disingenuous that this was a new light gun, technology that they were building.
Yeah, like there was a point. One of the older videos, it kind of looked like they were using Gunfire R, but calling it their own first because their calibration points were identical to Gunfire R's. Like literally, like the steps, like up, down, left, right, center. 1-to-1. I was like, okay, so maybe you like that. Maybe you just like that pattern. That's fine, but yeah.
Poor Samco, right? God.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And then Edison's gonna come over here and make a BlamCon. So.
Right. Wait, do you guys see that video I'm gonna make on that fucking control deck that I got from that? I'm gonna tear this. I'm gonna tear this thing apart.
I like how they flush mounted it in the back though. That's a nice cut.
Nice job on using a Dremel.
It wasn't a Dremel cut, was it? That's
I don't know. It probably was.
No, that was factory.
It looked like it was. I mean, at least the one that Ray found, the one you sent me, it looked pretty clean. It looked like
that looked like a factory cut.
Without a doubt, that thing is a Pandora box control deck.
Yeah.
I mean,
they sell that. It's like $60.
But the base of that, it's the same plastic base. So it's not like a whole. It's not metal? A base. No, the base is plastic.
Oh, that's probably a much easier cut then.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, good job on using a Dremel.
Oh, I thought it was metal because the Pandora's box I used to have was metal on the bottom.
No, this one's plastic. And
do you have a plastic bottom?
See, you're used to the metal one, right?
The Pandoras that I get from like eBay is metal.
Yeah, the good quality one.
My buddy gave me a Pandora to fix his joystick on, and his had a plastic bottom. It was just the fight stick, the 2-player fight stick.
Yeah, my brother's Pandora with 2-player. Just side by side was all plastic too. Because when we replaced it with a Pi, he smashed it with a hammer and it just shattered into plastic little bits.
Not to mention Joel's actually is it's a hinge. Mine it's like 6 screws. It comes up.
Yeah. The old ones are 6 screws. They probably cut some costs, make it all plastic, and add a hinge. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes total sense. But either way, I mean, buying that, gutting it, re-putting stuff inside it, and then adding the B-Link PC.
If it was available as DIY kit, that'd be great.
It really doesn't make me that mad that they gutted it and they reskinned it. I mean, for a control deck, right? I get it. What makes me mad is that they're marketing it as a 2 terabyte build, and there's 868 gigs free on the 2 terabyte drive. So it's only a 1 terabyte. That's
Wait,
it.
what company made it again? What was the brand of it?
That's a good question.
I think we
sent it to me before. I forgot what it was. I referred that customer to you.
Hang on. Yeah, you did. I don't want to say his name because I told him I wouldn't say his name publicly.
I don't even remember his name.
Okay, that's fine. But hang on. It's the fuck is the name of the company? I'm checking the chat because I sent a photo.
Retro USA or something like that.
No.
Did it even have big box on it, or it was a launch box only?
It was big box on it, and the big box license was to their company.
Which is yeah. So while Joe looks it up, I'm gonna have to bounce. I'm gonna leave the 3 Musketeers to run the rest of the chat.
The way back arcades.
I gotta get my ass up in like 5 hours. So I'm gonna catch out.
Later, Brad.
I will catch you guys later. I think we are now at the 2-week mark for Okay, so the next stream will be from my house. Right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. Okay. Chat. Make sure to tune in 2 weeks. We might be doing a Saturday stream that weekend instead of a Sunday, but we'll put the word out, and I will catch you guys then. All right.
Later, Brad. Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Way back arcade.
All right. So let me read this description off to you.
Why don't you just put it on the screen? Put it on the screen.
Oh, I was looking at it.
I cannot wait to hang out with Brad and eat that place that he recommended. That
oh yeah, that place looks good.
That looks good. I haven't had
Joel eating some cold pizza.
I have not had a fried fish sandwich in over 10 years. I'm gonna be so stoked.
Wow, that is gonna be what you're gonna. That's gonna be the highlight of the day.
I want some red snapper and everything. Yeah,
and play some arcade and pinball.
I'm just happy to drink with all 4 of you at once
at the same time. Yeah,
at the same time in the same house without our wives present for the next 50 miles. So you have no excuse this time. None of that seltzer crap.
I honestly will still. I'm gonna tell Brad hey, let me hit a Target real quick and get a hard seltzer.
All right, so here it is, right? So the customer paid $800 for this, and it's on sale.
He paid $800?
I thought it was more.
$800 for this. On $995. I would not pay $1,000 for this deck. So this deck right here, these are the Amazon encoders, the EG starts. These are the Amazon EG starts encoders.
$30 or so at most.
It's not even they're 40. It's not even the 4-pin ones. It's the one single connector. So they're not even using the 4. They're not even using the 4-pin Genie lamps. They're using the single pin 3 JST connector to it. And then it's the same exact arcade sticks that they're using with it too. So they're using the cheap Amazon encoders, right? And it's linked up to a B-Link mini PC, and it's advertised as they call this a powerhouse. So look, the Power Console. I'm sorry, that's what they call it. The Power Console. The pinball games, bro, they don't even work right.
Is it even really PPX, or is it just
there's no joy to key. So it doesn't even work right. Like, I couldn't even launch a ball. I couldn't figure out the buttons. So it's not even configured correctly.
What PC wasn't? B-Link makes a lot, so
I don't know, but I'll find out when I pull it out. I'll be able to.
No, I mean the CPU. It was Ryzen at least.
Dude, I didn't look. I couldn't tell.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know. I got to check now because I told the dude that I would hook him up with a 4 terabyte drive that would actually be full, and I'm going to put PS2 and GameCube games on it.
Oh, we might have to check out the.
But it might not run though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I got to check
it out. Windows, if it's the cheapest B-Link, like with the that shitty Intel CPU, then you're screwed.
Yeah, then we will be screwed. If that's the case, I'll replace the PC with something better. I'm going to take care of the guy because he got fucked over on this.
Or it becomes a bottle of syrup.
No, I'm not going to give him a Batacera. I'm going to give him a Windows. I'll make sure he has Windows, and if I got to take a hit and not make any money off it for the guy to be happy, I will do that because I mean I feel bad when stuff like this happens. So yeah, I really do. I have. This is why I started with going public with my builds, and this is the whole thing. I've told you guys this story a million times that people would send me stuff to get fixed, and half the shit won't work. And that's why I went public with my builds, because I know I can put out a working product at a good price. for the same amount of money, I would sell a control deck for the same amount of money, and he would have a working product, and he wouldn't have any issues. This got sent to me because, well, Ray, you referred the customer to me because he bought a light gun from you, and it says that it's compatible with light guns, right? It's somewhere in here where it says.
Oh, they even use my light gun to show it off, and their
right.
duck gun. Yeah.
But here it says RetroArch comes standard, which is amateur bullshit. This makes mapping joysticks, controllers, light guns, and racing wheels super simple to play. Right? It's not mapped. That's the problem. I plugged in the gun for IR. It's not mapped, and I'm like, all right, well, let me go to MAME, right? And let me just map it in MAME real quick. They're not using MAME. They're using RetroArch for MAME.
Oh, look at their video on the bottom. First-person shooters. They're showing Night of the Living Karens and Duck Hunt using my gun for IR. That's one of mine. That's for sure.
So this is advertised as a 2 terabyte mini desktop PC, right? And it is a 2 terabyte build. There's no lie on that, but it's not completely full. There is, I swear to God, there's 868 gigabytes free of space on this 2 terabyte build. And it's advertised with 23,000 games. It's filled with your standard filler shit. And the whole system is running RetroArch. It is like some amateur bullshit that we would have done in like 2020 when we were first starting out and didn't know any better.
So it's got like so everything's through RetroArch, but it's got like your like the Sega SG-1000. It's got all that bullshit.
Yep. It's got all that bullshit in it.
What's the last? What do you think is like the highest system on it?
Nintendo DS.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Not even GameCube. Not even like Wii.
It has no PlayStation 2. I didn't see.
Oh, that might be an N100 PC then.
So
but then again, it's only arcade sticks.
Here's the thing, though. When I was going into the emulator folder, he's got RCS PS3 inside there. He's got the PS2 emulator inside there. Those emulators are in there. But when I went to the game, when I pulled up Launchbox and I was looking at the games, they weren't in there.
Okay, so he's probably using the same image for some other stuff. Oh wait, check. Look, it says Sanwa joysticks included. Is it real Sanwa?
No, they're the EG Starts fucking Amazon. They're the clones.
And people in this day and age think Sanwa is because it has the 4-pin. It's Sanwa.
No,
right.
That's like GRS. GRS has your real Sanwas, or they have the bullshit knockoffs. It's
right
because it's the 4-pin connector, that one solid brick thing. Then it's Sanwa.
So
that's been cloned so many times, right? Sanwa's like springs. Their micro switches are all Omron switches, like real Japanese switches.
So this is $800 plus shipping plus tax. So after tax and shipping, you're going to be looking at least another $100 between tax and shipping. So this is going to be around a $900 product that you're purchasing from these guys, and all you're getting is a Pandora's box, control deck, reskinned, or you can even get the Street Fighter.
No, that's a standard skin. That's a standard one available on Amazon.
Right. So, and there you go. So this one is too. They have a Mario skin.
Yeah, those are all available on AliExpress. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So they didn't even reskin it. I at least was giving them the benefit of the doubt that it got reskinned.
How do you reskin it? The art is like printed onto the plexi.
Right. I don't know how people can do anything. I don't know, right? So I just assumed it was reskinned. That's all that I did. But you're getting a Pandora's box, completely gutted, Amazon encoder. So they're spending $150 on the Pandora box control deck. Then they're spending another $40 on the encoders, and they're spending $150 on the B-Link. So you're at
depending on which version it is, but I think it's the N100, so probably the 150. Yeah.
Right. So you're looking at what, $350 in parts. And they're charging you $800, they're making out like a bandit.
I actually just checked their game list. The max you have is PlayStation PSP.
So there you go.
Sure, dude. I guarantee you, it's probably like an Arcade Punk's image, and then they just.
No, this was. I don't know if it was Arcade Punks or not, honestly, but it looked like it was a made image. Like it feels like something that they would have made from scratch. But like I said, the whole base of it is RetroArch. Can you use RetroArch for guns? Of course you can. Yeah. My consoles on my light gun build use RetroArch, but it's just for my light gun build. My Launchbox build doesn't have RetroArch on it at all. It's got BizHawk because BizHawk is king. And the fact that this is a Windows build and they're not using actual MAME, they're using RetroArch for MAME. is where I'm like, this is amateur bullshit, because this isn't Batacera. This is Windows. Batacera, fine. That's what we have to use for MAME as emulation station or RetroArch. I get it. No big deal on that, because that works great. But on fucking Windows, use a real MAME.
Yeah.
And have it set up for the light guns, or at least provide instructions on how to set up the light guns. It says it's light gun compatible, but yet there's no instructions on how to set up the light guns, and they're not compatible, or they are compatible, but they're not plug and play. Like, why wouldn't they be plug and play? Like, make the build plug and play for light guns. All you have to do is just switch the controls in RetroArch. There is no demol shooter on this thing at all. So that means that anything outside of MAME is going to be single player. So the Sega Model 2 is only going to be single player light gun. Sega Model 3 single player light gun. Same thing for Dreamcast, Naomi, and Thomas Wave, which are on there. Those are all going to be single player light gun.
I sent you guys the game list. It's bad. It's a lot of Atari 800.
Real quick, because I'm on the YouTube channel.
The Nintendo build, the NES category, Nintendo Entertainment System category, says it has 2,300 games inside it. The Nintendo, the NES for North American is 796.
Yeah, so it's got like the hacks. He's probably got a bunch of bullshit hacks.
It's got Game Boy and Game Boy Advance too. NES, SNES. Like,
so unfortunately, it looks like this guy definitely saw. It's either a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, because I'm on the guy's YouTube channel and I see the in the market, and I recognize this whole. I've seen this ad on like Facebook.
Share your screen.
Hold on, because whenever I do these streams, I do two different computers.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, I'm gonna rip this apart when I make a video on it. I'm ripping it apart right now. Like, what a fucking ripoff. Like,
this again, like I said, is 100%.
Yeah, this was a Facebook ad guy. I remember him. He was like, "Oh, I have this."
You see it?
Like,
yeah,
the mini portable system.
I'm a Facebook ad guy, so I'm not bashing.
No,
Facebook.
this is like
he paid for ads. He paid for the
this is a different.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I pay for Facebook ads to advertise
really?
on Facebook. Yeah, it's cheap as hell. It's $100 a month.
Do you see me?
10,000 people.
I've never seen your ad on Facebook.
Oh my god, it's this guy
right here.
I see commercials for this guy all the time.
Yes, I'm telling you. That's why. That's once I saw this, I'm like, oh, I've seen this as a Facebook ad. Not to mention, got 8,000 subs. Look at this. This is right here. Look at this. We do not sell games. Oh, I thought it was a tutorial on that. Oh god.
Yeah, that's a that's a AliExpress like retro
This is like a Pandora box.
It's a Pandora's box and a portable. Yeah.
You know what that is? That's the PS7000.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
So he's just reselling it.
Comments are turned off.
Yeah. He's just reselling because he didn't even program this one.
Oh, this is a handheld.
Yeah, hang on. I'll show you exactly what that is. Stay tuned. So don't move.
Yeah, all comments are turned off for his videos.
On all the videos?
Every video is all turned off.
Wow.
Because everyone blow him up knowing what you're trying to flip an AliExpress, console.
Wow. But like I said, I've definitely just now I saw. I'll be honest, the video that he started out with, he's got the cocktail table with the hinge. It's cool, but I don't like that cabinet. Like I'm not gonna buy that. It's definitely an eye grabber, but yeah, once I just looked up the YouTube on that, I was like, oh god, it's this dude. And yeah, you're right. Well, he doesn't have comments turned off.
Every video.
I just clicked on the brother 2 months ago.
It's this, but painted black.
I can't see it because I'm sharing my full screen.
Let me see. Oh, it's that fake Switch thingy.
It's the PS7000. It's this, but painted black. That's all that is. I noticed the interface exactly.
Let's see this.
Showed it. It's the same exact interface.
You have the power console, right? Let's just see real quick. Hang on, because I just saw.
Yeah.
Let's see what. Hold on. I just saw power. Here we go. Power console frequently asked questions.
Yeah, this is it. This is exactly it.
Tech support.
We're going to talk about some frequently asked questions, user issues regarding the power console. This is for the power
sound issues, refresh rate, shipping.
Wait, go back to the TV. Go back to the TV. It has something about there like to play on a TV screen lower than 40 inches.
Oh, you mean
That's probably to set the refresh rate.
Oh, the refresh. This
play on a smaller right there. Play on a smaller TV screen, 40 inches or small. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you know why? Because they don't have any upscaling. That's why.
Because they're using RetroArch, and RetroArch when it transfers over to a 4K TV or a bigger screen TV, you got to change the hertz. I had to do that on David G's. This guy's got 8.4 subscribers, and I can't even get fucking 2,000 in fucking. I can only get 2,000.
Man, that right there is the Facebook ad shit. But this guy is like, I'm telling you, I saw the face. He's got like that top tier Facebook ad. What's going on with shipping? What is this?
I should make a recording and says, "Oh hey, this is Joel from Retro Lizards. I have an arcade here from the Wayback Arcades. Throw it to the side. This thing's trash."
I would do that. What is this? Unscrew, unplug. What's happening here? Shipping?
I wonder if they have any any sign of what the PC is there. Is there any PC info here?
It just says the display. It doesn't say any PC.
It's gonna be on Joel to see that.
All right.
PC specs. Yeah.
Let's bet on it. I bet N100 PC. Intel.
So I have a Shadowcaster, so I'm going to plug it in through the Shadowcaster with a wireless keyboard plugged into it, so that I can Shadowcast it to my PC and record the screen at the same time and live.
I mean,
I see that dude. I'm with Vidal. I see that dude's ads all the time. I click ignore every time I see him. I see that dude's ads on Instagram constantly, and I see that dude's ads on Facebook constantly. Yeah, that's it right there. That's the Pandora box.
She's running Future Pinball.
He's running Future, and he's running VPX.
Let me see if I can find that exact Pandora's box, like DIY.
I wonder if you go back to your pinball, can you do these controls like that?
It's on Amazon for $150, maybe. If I
found it, no, $28.
On where? AliExpress?
Yep.
Pull up the screen. I'm about to buy one. Is it an empty shell or is it?
It's an empty shell that you can just put stuff in. I like that concept. Don't get me wrong. That's a cool.
If you would have told me that, I would. I honestly, with all the Pandora boxes I've done, I could save consoles next time.
Yeah. See, look,
save the control panels.
All right, put me up.
Wait, I'll stop sharing.
I'm more mad that he's using the EG Star. It's like, bro, wire it up with an iPack.
Right,
the real question is if he's even building it. Like
building is probably building.
I don't know. It's very odd.
Yeah, but see, $28. You can get an empty console case.
That's exactly.
I don't think that's worth it.
That's exactly.
How's the cutout? Does it have
the shipping is $104. So no, that's bullshit. That's some crap. You can get this for like less than that. But
dude, not even that. Yo, you're talking if you bring it back to Game Room Solutions and just get the 2-player control panel.
Yeah, this is just lighter. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other ones. Hold on, let's see.
I think Ray found the cheapest one on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's right here. I got it right here. It's
Yeah, they have single player ones too. Some people were putting mini PCs in single player ones before, but that's kind of too cramped.
Are you on Amazon or are you still on Ollie? You're hang on, stuff sharing on the screen.
Oh, here we go. 2-player Pandora's kit box, $15.50. Yeah, it's around there.
There you go. This is them.
That's like about $130. I have my guy on eBay. I usually pay about $1 to $110 for a Pandora box.
No, but this includes the Pandora's box. We want to buy it without. We don't need the Pandora's box.
Yeah, no, I would have do $140. Not to mention, can you show me what Pandora box is it, Joel? It doesn't even say. These are the knockoffs. 26,000 games. I did a review on those. Too much.
This is Pandora box 3D 6OS.
Yeah, no, that's all fucking bullshit. That's all reskin stuff. I have my regular guy on eBay. I still use the 18S Pros because that 26,000 game bullshit is bull.
Right. So what this dude's probably doing is he's probably getting these. He's gutting the Pandoras out of them. He's saving the Pandoras.
No, he's definitely getting this.
I think for him, he's doing the control panels. He's getting bare control panel.
He's adding those Pandoras to his other arcades.
That's also possible.
That's what I'm getting at here. He's probably buying it from Amazon.
But that cutout is it's not for Pandora still, I think.
He's gutting it out, and then he is probably using the Pandoras in different arcades and selling them off that way to save money. And then he's probably, I'm telling you, he used a Dremel to cut that square out. That's what he did. He used a Dremel to cut the square out. Then he probably sanded it down. Because there's no other way you can cut that square out. You're not, unless you got to use some kind of saw. You're not putting that on a fucking laser cutter or anything like that.
When you take the B-Link out of if you could take the B-Link out, is it a clean cut or is it fucking butchered?
It looks like a clean cut.
It looks pretty clean to me.
It's got to be clean. It's got to be. I don't know. It's fine.
Like I said, you can easily use a Dremel and then take a sanding block and use the sanding block to sand down the plastic, and then you got a perfect cut.
I mean, this is basically like what Dean Sharkey does, but cheap version. Sharkey makes the nice version of that with this two-player, his two-player mini PC fight sticks.
Dean's got a CNC machine.
Yeah, his is made out of wood. I like the fact that this one's plastic because it's smaller, lighter. It's more portable.
It just sucks if you actually try to play 2 players on that smaller, lighter thing. That fucking control panel is flying.
That's what you need suction cups for.
It still has a little bit of weight to it though, with the PC inside it and shit. Yeah. But I mean, I'm so mad that they're charging that much money for that, advertising it as a 2 terabyte. You're not even getting 2 terabytes worth of games, and the chances are though his customer base will never realize it.
Right. That's
you know what I mean?
He literally grabbed Facebook. He grabbed grandparents that are like, oh, I need this for my kiddo.
How many times have you explained to one of your customers that, hey man, this is just a standard Windows PC? You know what I mean? I've done that so many times that, because some people think that it's like a special thing. And I'm like, no, bro, it's just a standard Windows PC. Like, as soon as you exit out, man, you can go, you can Google shit.
You want to go on YouTube and all that? Yep.
Yeah, you can send your wife to Amazon on there and she can start buying stuff. You can do whatever you want. It's just a standard Windows PC. That's it. So, yeah, it is what it is, though. I want to give a shout out to Vidal, though. I talked to him on the phone the other day, and I got him set up with one of my builds, and what a pleasure to talk to that guy was. He's such a great guy to talk to. Yeah, Vidal is great. Shout out to you, man.
Once I see a YouTube channel that has comments blocked for everything, that's a red flag.
I mean, I'm at a point. I'm all the way down. He's actually advertising full size arcade cabinets,
right?
And it's like the AliExpress China branded let
me see
cabs.
That's what I'm saying. And this dude's just fucking buying that shit, and he's just fucking gutting them and selling them for more.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it that I buy the Game Room Solutions cabs, but I'm buying the shells at full price.
Yeah, that's different. This is like a whole. This is
we're building things from scratch.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm gonna.
Oh no, that cabinet that he's doing is the mini cab. That one's that's a kit that he got from a guy on eBay. That's a creative home arcades. I know him.
Let me see. Hold on.
That's the cheapest possible kit that you can get on eBay.
Oh, I've had that before. I got that.
No,
I've had that
this
bar
one.
top.
Hold on. How do I share my screen? How do I stop this?
I don't know. How do you stop it? Vic, by the way, did you see that they finally put out a Godfather VPX table?
Yeah, I didn't download it because
I'm gonna, because I want to check it out. Because I
go really see it and let me know. Do you see my screen?
Oh God.
Okay, that's a China cabinet. Yep.
Yeah, this is it.
That's a China cabinet kit.
Yeah.
Very basic one.
It's a nice looking cabinet.
It's
but it's probably built like shit, huh?
It's okay.
Yeah, somebody by me has these.
It's a very basic.
3,500 or 4,500 games. That's a Pandora. He's using a Pandora on it.
Yeah,
it's just right there. Bang.
All right, pause right there. Okay, so that one in the middle, that's definitely a China cabinet. The one, actually, they all are.
When you say China cabinet, where are you seeing this? That's a China.
This
cabinet.
is available on AliExpress. Yeah, and then that glass table one, that's a 60-in-1. This is all.
Well, this is actually cool. I can't knock it. When I saw his Facebook ad, I did see that cocktail table
arcades too,
because that cocktail table does the fuck was that? It goes vertical up. If I could find a fucking, he has an NHL version of it.
Here, I think he's buying from this guy actually. Here.
I'm not seeing those exact cabinets on AliExpress.
Yeah, check this here. I posted it. I'll put it on the private.
See, this is a cool idea, but like you're so close to the screen.
That's not the private chat, Ray.
No, I put on both. I know the owner of this one. I know the owner of a Creative Arcade. I'm
talking about the AliExpress guys. So I'm not finding those exact cabinets on AliExpress.
No. I think it's from Creative, because Creative actually has let me see. Has that glass top.
Oh, I know this guy, Creative. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
I reached out to him a while back for the 32-inch bar top.
This is where I got my bar top from, my first one.
Really?
Yeah, but it doesn't come with any plexi, and it doesn't come with marquee plexi. So this is. Yeah, he's just got to be buying the shells from him. You're right. This is it. You're absolutely right. Hang on, let me share my screen.
It's just the upright. The upright is the one I'm looking for.
The upright I've definitely seen designed before.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Yeah, there's Creatives.
Yeah, that's Creatives. That's Creative selling it though with everything inside it already built. Yeah.
I know for sure in that table he uses the 60-in-1 elf board, because I got it for him before. I got it from China for him for a better price than he could get it.
Yeah, a lot of people use the elf board.
It's simple. It's a commercial solution.
Well, because when you're using a cocktail table like that, it goes vertical to horizontal automatically.
Right.
So, and it's already set up for vertical. Setting those games up vertically is a pain in the ass. Oh, you guys can still see me streaming through my eBay. All right. Yeah, right here. Here's his cocktail sit down.
There you go.
With 516 games.
So, I like this pedestal design. This Z pedestal design on the bottom.
Yeah, he sent me pictures of it when he was first originally making it.
Yeah, Vic, I want something like that Z on mine. That looks cool. That's a nice like support.
That is. That's nice looking. That is a you know what that is? The X Arcade. That's the X Arcade style.
Yeah.
But the X Arcade has a plexi too. Has an LED plexi. That's even.
No, is that X Arcade? What's the other one that used to be a while back?
It's X Gaming.
Oh yeah, X
Gaming and X Arcade are the same thing.
Yeah,
you're right. It's X Arcade.
I just don't know how we're going to be able to do that thick of a plexi. That's harder. Yeah, I helped him. I helped him with some of his designs originally too. Actually, I built this cabinet for my buddy.
This guy's doing the same exact thing. Who is this now? Let's see. AB Video Arcades.
I wonder how tall this is, because it's
pretty tall. It's like 4 feet.
Is it? Because this
it's like 36 inches, and then you add the top of the another like 5-6 inches for the 4-player control panel. It gets pretty high.
What do we have here? A pedestal top and bottom, 21 inches front to back.
Oh, but that's the pedestal just for...
No, it's only 35 inches tall. It's not very tall.
Yeah, 35, but you add the deck too. It's another 5 inches.
That's still
40.
That's still short. Yeah, so the deck's 40 inches from the ground. Man, you're hunched over.
No, it's meant for stool. You have to have stools though.
Do you see the PlayStation behind me?
Yeah, that's meant for standing, of course.
Yeah, but do you see the PlayStation behind me though?
Do you see the height of my wife? If she comes to play, she can't be playing on a tall ass cabinet.
But you see the PlayStation behind me, and you see the machine next to me, right?
Yeah.
The PlayStation is sitting on that's 38 inches from the ground up. That's a Game Room Solutions pedestal base, or a bar top base is what that is. So, and then the what do you call it? The controllers for that kiosk is taller. It's at the height of the screen for the Pepsi. So it's too short, is what I'm saying. So somebody for me, if I put a bar top on that, it's too short. I'm going to have to sit down and play it. So it's my bar. If I'm going to do a bar top, we need at least a 48-inch tall base. And then everything else will be 5 feet tall, so that you're standing there like an Arcade 1-Up. An Arcade 1-Up is 5.5 feet tall. So you need an Arcade 1-Up style if you want it to look good. Looks like a church pedestal that... What's that say?
Oh, the podium?
Yeah, the podium. Well, that was because it was the base for a bar top arcade, so that's why it looked like a podium. If for $200, I mean, that's still a lot of money. I mean, I'm gonna cut up a base for myself for that Pepsi and for my Dreamcast behind me, anyways. So,
wow,
and I still have a Neo Geo. What's up, Ray? I'm sorry.
I was just at Creative's website. He has some nice new cocktail tables, like very elegant looking now.
From China?
No. These are made in Wisconsin. These are his own. He had CNC. He designed.
Creative Arcades. Sorry.
Yeah. He has some nice new stuff since I last talked to him. Ooh, LED T molding now and everything. Huh.
I'm iffy on the LED T molding because I want to put it on the Guitar Hero cabinet.
It's a pain. Don't bother.
The last time I tried, I could barely get it through the T molding. So I would need like a shoestring or something.
You need like I think it has a fishing wire, but you gotta get the LED strip that Ray recommends. That it's like you don't see the actual individual diode.
Right, the single line one too.
Right.
My only beef with that is that if I'm going around a corner and I bend it too hard, is it going to short it out?
Yeah.
Because if you short it out, then you short out the whole thing, and the whole thing's fucked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Those LED.
You can't cut those strips.
You can cut them. It's just that if you make a corner that's too sharp, or like you bend it at an IC point, you can short it out.
Imagine going up. You got to go up. The Guitar Hero cabinet is 60 inches tall, so I need what? I need 8 feet of line to go through that. So just for one side. So I mean,
actually, I wonder if I can use the Govee desk LEDs as T molding, the one I have on my gaming desk, because it has a nice adhesive built in already. I just thought because it's very flexible. I'll show you.
Desk molding.
There's a Govee LED for desktops, right? It goes around the edge, and it looks exactly like LED T molding, but way nicer.
Let's see it. Maybe I'll use it on my Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this Guitar Hero as flashy as possible, especially with the new speakers I'm putting on it. I really didn't want to put speakers on the front of it, but I decided to go that route now because I don't like when people comment and said my shit doesn't look like good quality. So we're going to add the speakers back to the front of it, and I'm going to pocket cut that TV, and then also the receiver is going to be mounted on the top. Like inside the marquee.
I'll share the screen. It's not cheap, so prep yourself.
I mean, it's we're making premium products here, so
yeah. But this is what I have on my desktop at home. So this is the RGB IC for desks, right? It's very, very soft and very, very flexible. Okay, so it won't short out. You can cut it at around every 6 inches or so, and it goes around the edge of the desk like that, and that looks like beautiful LED T molding.
It's $110 over 16 feet.
This commonly goes on sale too, but yeah, you can. This looks way nicer than the standard T molding.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah, that's going to look 10 times nicer than the standard T molding.
And it has a RGB IC effects too. It can,
you can probably get it to strobe to the beat and everything too, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so it would be we would need 2 sets. So that's $240.
Yeah, this is ridiculously premium. I'm just saying, but it looks nice. I love it.
It looks super nice. Does it say the thickness of it? Is it 3/4 of an inch?
Yes, it is 3/4 of an inch. It's actually made for the 3/4 inch desktops. I have it. It's literally perfect, and it has a very strong adhesive on the back. So, assuming maybe if you if you band, if you cover the raw edge of the wood with the band molding or the what do you call that thing again?
The edge banding, yeah.
Edge banding, right?
Right.
Then it'll be slick enough to stick it on properly. It's not going to stick very well on raw wood. The raw powder wood. I know that for sure.
I got a really good super glue though, or a really good wood glue I could use with it if I wasn't going to use the edge banding with it. So
in general, you should probably use the edge banding anyway, because then this will be more adhesive,
right?
And you'll have a cleaner cut. Yeah, just saying, this is a very beautiful solution, and you can sync up to 2. You can sync more than 1 strip together, so it can the effect can run, in sync. Imagine how decked out that'll look.
Oh, I know. It's running through my head right now, and it's like, do I take the hit and add it on it with the price that I have, or do I add it on as an add-on? You know what I mean? I think
an add-on. This will be an add-on.
You're already talking about $240.
Yeah,
that's an add-on for sure. But I mean, for the first one to make at home to show off, yeah, definitely.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Right.
That's something I take to a game expo or something like that.
Yeah, and plus this is Govee. It's a name brand app.
Right.
So everything within the Govee atmosphere will sync up.
Govee also kind of makes a shit product here and there too. So
they've been getting a lot better now. The RGB IC strips are good. This is great.
I had some issues with their strip lights when I was building the other Guitar Heroes from Game Room Solutions. I wasn't buying their strip lights that they were selling because they sell the cheap China shit. So I was buying the Govee light one and I was wrapping it around, and then I was having the problem where the line was getting pinched too hard and shorting it out, and then I'd have to redo it all over again.
Yeah, and you're gonna want these for that. This is the soft lights,
right?
Yeah, that all LED strips will get pinched out and shorted if you don't do it right.
Well, that desktop one looks like it won't. So
no, it will not. That definitely will not. Because
it added it right to a 90-degree angle corner.
Yes, they do. And EHA actually uses these. They Extreme uses these, but with glue, which is very, very difficult. Yeah.
It's nice. It's just, I see it as like a challenge.
Yeah. The wall panels are great. I have these. But this is just decorative.
Right. And then when you're strapping a ratchet strap over the sides of it and you go hard, you're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
I'm trying to see what they have new strips now too. Better.
And not to mention, like, if you went that T-molding route, like that T-molding alone is expensive.
It is.
That clear shit, like that's expensive.
I bought it back in 2020 when I first seen it the first time, and that's where I had the difficulty of putting the LED strip light through it. And then I finally did get an LED strip light through it. I was actually trying to use it on a 1-up deck. I cut the T-molding on a 1-up deck for an NBA Jam, and I was trying to use it on that to make it a red and blue effect. And by the time I got it all the way through and I powered it up, at some point I shorted it out or pinched the line, and only like a quarter of it worked, and the other quarter was like different colors, not correct.
Yeah, you must have
and I was like, I was so mad.
So here's the other solution, right? They have this silicon LED channel, which is a little bit easier to get the strips through. And then this one you have to glue.
It's a U channel though. But that's probably not going to fit 3/4 of an inch because it's a 10 millimeter, but it's 5 by 13 millimeters.
Yeah, it's not going to cover the whole edge of it. Yeah, they have thicker ones like this, where they have like these are aluminum.
We need something that's like a rubbery material.
Yeah.
You know what I actually need? This DS kiosk is busted, and it has this. It's got this piece right here. It's a hard rubber, but it's a solid rubber piece, and I can't figure out where to find it.
I mean, take a picture for me later, and maybe I can find it for you.
Maybe,
I use these channels on all my arcades, like just to mount LEDs on the bottom so that they act as heat diffusers, and I don't get that LED dropping down when the adhesive goes bad. These mount much better with a VHB tape, and they're always permanent. So everything, and they provide nice diffusion too. So everything on the top, bottom, back of my LEDs all use these as brackets to hold it in.
Nice. So
you can consider cutting like a channel on your Guitar Hero or whatever cab, and just flush mounting these.
Well, what I thought was with the clear T molding to put those strips inside, I thought of just slicing one side of it all the way down, folding it over, putting the LED light inside it, and then folding it back and putting the T molding on. Nobody would ever know.
Either way, that clear T molding doesn't look good. It's the hot spots are too. It's still too clear. It's not diffused enough for my taste. Even if you use the COB LEDs, I think you're still going to see a little bit.
Yeah, that was the LED I was going to use with COB. I don't want to.
Yeah. And the COB LED is thinner than the actual LED T molding, so you're going to have that gap. You're going to see that ugly dead space.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's not as wide.
It's like 3/4 wide, but the strip is not 3/4, so you're going to see like hollowness inside. But if you use the Govee one, you won't see the hollowness. You'll see perfect beam.
Yeah, maybe I'll use the Govee one on like a demonstration. You know what? I'm working on that DDR cabinet. That would be something cool to show on the DDR cabinet when I unveil that.
How are you going to do that? How? What's the dance pad going to be?
It's an L-Tech dance pad.
Oh, you got the metal one.
Yeah, I got the metal one. Yeah, I'll show you what I got.
That's
one of my friends wants to do that.
For me, I mean, they're great. It's expensive. If you want to talk about DDR,
it's expensive. It was $450.
That's not expensive. $450 for a metal dance pad?
Is that one or two?
Just for one.
Just you gotta get time
bad
too.
for a metal dance pad. Back then, metal octane pads were really expensive.
And this thing's also heavy. You gotta wait till you see it.
Let me see.
It's a very nice pad. I can't lie. Like I said, Project Canada, he's got 2 of them.
They changed the website up. Hang on.
I'd be more entertained to see Joel dancing.
I still have my bullshit $30 Amazon soft pads.
I have that too.
I've never used.
Wow.
Yeah,
$800 now. Fuck.
Well, that's with a PC.
I
didn't buy.
What about that top left one? That first one, no?
Wireless now.
That's wireless.
Oh no, you don't need wireless.
No, that's a wireless one. We're not looking at that. I got this.
Oh, LED.
Oh, wait, did I get? Hang on, I either got this one or I got this one.
$288. That's not bad at all.
But that's plus shipping. Shipping was $150.
Oh.
Yeah, so see right here. Look, plus shipping 224H. Yeah.
It's a beautiful. Everybody that has these pads,
that looks beautiful
pads.
Though.
It's not light. The box.
That looks like acrylic on top of metal with some kind of sensors.
It's still in the box. I haven't pulled it out of the box yet to take a look at it exactly. She-Lion has one, and she said it's absolutely great.
Oh wait, DDR has PC version now. They don't have is no longer emulated.
I guess I don't fucking know, man.
No, DDR you have DDR is quite the library, and then if you are on Emuline is no longer there, but Emuline had the newer stuff too.
No, but it says DDR Revolution PC. That means there's a Steam version of it now.
There is a version called Step Mania.
Oh, that's like your clone hero, but for DDR.
Probably, yeah. So Step Mania, this comes with Step Mania. Like it comes with a game. At least that's what I read, at least when I originally purchased this. But it says compatibility with Step Mania, Dance Dance Revolution for PC version, In the Groove, Dance Party, and more. And it was supposed to come with a game called Step Mania, so it has access to something.
It probably gives you like a download code.
Oh, there is one. It's a Dance Dance Revolution Grand Prix. It's purely a PC version, I think.
So I'm just going to be having the main versions and as many other Dance Dance games I can have on there. So there's an Xbox version, there's a PS2 version.
I'll send you my list because I got there's one for the GameCube, there's one for the Wii. Well, there's a couple for the Wii, PS2. 360 has, but it's like you need a really good PC for that.
I'm not gonna put a 360 emulator on this PC. Yeah. I'll probably get the Dance Dance Revolution PC version to put that on there too. I mean, it's gonna have as many DDR games, just like Guitar Hero, as I can fit.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna have any other dance game. I'm gonna try to put on it too. So I mean, even Just Dance, I can see if I can get Just Dance to work with this too.
These are super pretty. Very
Just Dance is webcam. Just Dance is literally webcam. You follow it.
Hey, look who's in the chat.
Both of them are here.
And we got 2Day4. What's up?
Today?
Oh, everyone just got off work in California. That's why.
Yeah, right. Well, it's Sunday night, so they're probably not working, except for Bobby because he works.
They probably got off someone else's stream.
Right. Yeah.
He's no longer streaming though, so.
But yeah, this is the pad that I got. So I mean, it's gonna be. I bought a premium pad, and it was the only pad that I could find that was USB. Ashley from our Wizards group offered to make me a DDR pad too. It was a lot more expensive than this though. So I was just like, I'm going to keep looking for a resolution. If not, I'm going to use you as a backup. And I ended up finding this, and I took a shot at it. I bought this back in November, and it took about 3-4 weeks to get to me.
Where did it come from?
It came from China. Yeah, this is the exact company I ordered it from, though. This is the exact company. So
yeah, Eltec is this. If you're into DDR, this is your.
What is their website? I can't find their official website now.
I'll put it in the thing.
I'm not into DDR, but I just like looking at the
That's
work.
Clean. Like I said, Project Canada. When I made his V-pin, I had to make him a cart because he had a bunch of controllers, and he wanted me to add a U-cut so that he could put those dance pads inside of it to make it just uniformed and clean.
So yeah, so the DDR,
and they're heavy, dude. Those pads are heavy. That's not what was the weight on the box?
It's at least 50 pounds.
It's a heavy thing.
At least 50 pounds. Yeah, it's a heavy pad.
It's metal. But that's honest. That right there is the gunfire for dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
right?
you're paying for the quality. You are not.
Wow, they got artist editions too, like special art. Wow, these are those are pretty.
I'm only gonna what do you call it? I'm only going to make it a single player cabinet. It's not going to be multiplayer because of how expensive the pads are.
It's
so
just now when you showed the website, they actually have the add-on for the bar. That is cool.
Yeah,
that's like insane. I wonder how much the add-on for the bar is because that's definitely cut out for that pad.
Let's look. Hang on, let me pull it back up.
They even have adapters.
I think it was a combo. It was a pad and we don't see your screen though, but
I know.
They have adapters for freaking original consoles.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they're known for that. They do like you could do USB to PS2. The only thing I can't tell, but it looks like you only have 4 buttons. You don't have.
No, it's got diagonal because the arrows that go in the diagonal.
Oh, you have 8
buttons too.
You have 8.
It's an 8-way. Plus, I think the center one is the center one's not a button, but it's an 8-way. Because I was going to originally just buy the 4-way, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I'm going to
you need 8.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm going to put all that stuff on there, the handlebar is $240.
Just the bar, or is that like a
just the bar?
Just the bar.
Wow.
Oh wow, they have the wireless version looks cool too. They built like their own like wireless converter. Ooh, metal white. I like the white version.
So yeah, so when I was looking at these, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get the 8-way because there's gonna be newer Dance Dance games that are gonna use the 8-way, and if I want to put as many on there compatible, we have to have an 8-way on there. So
yeah.
Then also I was thinking too, when you're in the game, like how many buttons am I gonna have on the arcade? I kind of want the dance pad to do everything.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to wire it with an iPad, but I might not use an iPad now. I might just use the Steam Deck. So yeah. I might use that on all my arcades, man. That'll be,
cool.
That would definitely be cool. That'll be
This would be a good one to test it, really.
It would be, yeah. It absolutely would be. I'm going to definitely put it on my gun box. So I'm going to make a gun box with that too as an alternate thing to be like, hey, there you go. Too bad I can't use that as an Xbox thing, but my Windows one, I'm going to use the Steam Deck on it.
I like it, man. I'm anxious to see this DDR cab.
I'm still trying to work on a design because the DDR cab itself is a funky looking design. It's got like 2 pillars on the front of it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to make a flat front and then add 2 pillars to the front of it and screw that shit in. That's just going to be funky as hell. So I think it's going to look very similar to my Guitar Hero cabinet. And I'm just going to skin it with Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
Probably leave the speakers on the front with the same amp. And take the marquee off and just like finish the top of it in a different way, So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing.
DDR doesn't really need much because everything is dance pad. It doesn't need any specialty controllers, no joysticks, no nothing. It just needs a coin slot and a start button, basically.
True, but I'm still thinking how to design the PC.
Did you guys know that Game Room Solutions actually has 2 joysticks on their 2 full fight sticks on their gun cabinet now? I don't know if that was always the case.
Yeah, it's a flat one.
Oh, really? It was always the case that they had a 2-player like fight stick.
Yeah, it's just so close to. I think Joel did that once.
I don't use the arcade sticks on them, but I used to use the flat one. The flat one was their original design.
Like I like that idea, but I just want it bigger for when I do my pedestal.
Here's the original DDR design.
Right.
I could probably design something like that, but it'd probably be 2 separate pieces. Like the base and the top would be completely separate.
You could actually cut the base in half. You could because it's just holding 2 speakers, so you can make it connectable by one cable and saves yourself some shipping headache.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
And 3 small packages is a lot easier than shipping a big one. Risk of damage.
I would still put it on. A pallet to freight ship it because of the weight. There's no way you're putting that thing in a UPS box, but so it'd still be palletized. But I could take it apart, so it could be 3 separate pieces. It could be base, middle, and top.
It's just like a bar top arcade on top of 2 big speakers. That's all.
Yeah, it's basically what it looks like. And then, I could.
Yeah, and then the pads are separate, so that's not a shipping hassle anyway. Oh, click on the white one on the bottom. That looks cool. Let me see what the white, pink, and red one, pink and blue one.
It's like a teal, yeah.
That is cool looking. Let me zoom in.
Is that official?
Yeah, that's a DDR.
DDR A, Revolution A. That's pretty though. That's a nicer design in my opinion.
Yeah, that looks a little bit more cooler. I can build that. That's not hard to build.
That's like a soundbar style, but with a big ass screen on top. That like a 42-inch OLED for DDR like that.
Right.
That would look nice. With an LED plexi on top.
with a LED plexi, or we can put a LCD plexi on top of it.
It looks like that's bottom edge lit plexi on the top with a marquee.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we can put an active marquee on the top.
Oh,
of it.
Yeah,
Put an active marquee.
Actually, on that size, you don't even need an active mark. You don't even need the stretched marquee. You can just put a whole freaking widescreen monitor.
That's what I'm saying. I can put like a 27-inch screen up there, or even like a 24-inch screen.
I like this look.
Yeah, that's a really cool look. I can definitely build that. That's easy, and I can build
better than the other one.
I can build that in 2 pieces if I wanted to. Also,
yeah, probably make it easier for you to make it in 2 pieces. You just square bottom and then do the triangle up.
Yep, exactly. Square bottom.
Yeah, you can make the marquee like a mount or like a VESA mount so that it can ship separately. You don't have to worry about screen cracking.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea. I might model it right after this. I've been kind of tinkering around and looking at them. Like, not really. I've never seen this one. This is the first time I've actually seen this one. So I've been tinkering around with them and just kind of looking at the ideas. The other one I seen the idea of was similar to this one, but this is the
This one looks stinky. This one doesn't look cool.
Well, that's the finger one.
Yeah, it's like a fingerboard.
But I was still looking at
real quick, exit back and go to the
close it. Yeah, let's see the other options.
Somebody had one in the street. Go up.
This is an interesting
up. Yeah, that. Let's see that first one.
That's the same.
No, that's the same thing. Just 2 players. Just 2 sets.
Yeah, but that's the same one that we were originally looking at.
Yeah, that's not.
Again, square bottom, and then you got to make that just triangle style.
Yeah, this was not too special. Wait, close this out. I saw another one that looks good. Hold on.
They're all basically
down.
Yeah, that one. This one is a little bit. This one's a little bit.
The one on the left looks pretty good.
Pump it up.
Yeah, this is like kind of. This is not DDR, is it?
That's DDR.
That's so pump it up. So that's the thing. Emuline had a bunch of pump it ups. That's like the Walmart DDR.
The Walmart DDR.
So it's like I don't. Emuline is out, right? That's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them right now.
So this is nice. This is
nice. I think this is the same thing that we were looking at, but I think the lighting is a little different on the bottom. That's all. Yeah, you
definitely
see the bottom has
avoid that like bottom cut. Doing that like bottom with a speaker that blue is, I would avoid that.
Well, I mean, that's not hard because, like we would do the top in a separate piece and then we would do the base in a separate piece. So it's just a square angle going down and then it's a square front. That's all. And with the screws, I go in through the side with the screws. So that's
square front. Yes.
Right. And then I wouldn't have the LEDs. I would have an LED speaker on the front, but I wouldn't have
you could make the whole thing on the bottom, like the speaker grill on the bottom. Yeah, LED speaker. Yeah, LED would be fine. That's a plexi. That's an LED lit plexi.
I probably would end up using the same LED speakers.
That's fine.
To give it that effect, and then probably put the receiver on the bottom of it too. But you got to be careful with the receiver because you.
Wait, why are you using a receiver?
Because you're powering 2 speakers.
Use an amp, not a receiver.
The amp gives off a shitty feedback.
Oh,
it almost sounds like a heart beating with the feedback that it's giving off. So I'm using an actual receiver. I'm using.
Use a 2-prong plug. That was something I learned.
Either way. So
in general,
you're going to a headphone jack though. Headphone jack to receiver.
No, I meant when you power the amp, right?
Right.
You make sure that you use a 2-prong power plug, not a 3-prong. Because the static, that shitty sound you hear is from the ground loop. Vic's had that problem too.
That's what we're using. Well, I mean, like those little blue amps, they come with the 12-volt 2-prong adapter.
Oh no! I'm using like real amps, like 500-watt karaoke amps, but they don't have 12 volt. It's direct to 110 volt.
So I went with a Pile receiver. It was $80.
Oh, those are crap. Those are absolute crap.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for shitting on my product. Thanks.
You didn't make Pile. It's not your product.
No, so but it sounds fantastic. That in the video I sent you guys earlier, that was.
Wait, you mean you use a Pile receiver, or you use the Pile
receiver?
Oh, receiver's okay. Amp is not good. Their 12-volt amps terrible.
No, I'm not using the amp. I'm using an actual Pile receiver because it was $80 for the 4-channel. You want a 4-channel?
Oh, that's a stereo one.
You're using 4 speakers, so you want a 4-channel amp. So
I thought you were using a home theater receiver. No, that's an actual amp.
No. I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, that's a waste of money.
Now, as a backup plan, I was going to do that. but it's $200, and if I couldn't find a decent receiver for around $100 or just a little bit more, I was going to go with the actual like a small Onkyo receiver for $199.
What's his name?
Again, if I'm making a premium product,
yeah,
let's put a premium product inside of it, right?
Rockville makes a good product for a good price. The Rockville Sing Mix 5 is excellent.
Right.
And you can karaoke off it too.
There you go. So so I'm using the Pile receiver, and it's giving off fantastic sound. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be using.
I'm excited to see you make this one. This is a very cool. No one really makes yet for home use.
Nobody makes a DDR cabinet yet. Nobody at all. So I will, if whoever's listening might take my idea, fantastic. But I'm still going to be probably the first person to put out a DDR cabinet as a multicade. So yeah, we'll see how it works. And I'm definitely considering the LCD TV marquee in something like this. So we want to make a premium. Again, we want to make a premium product, and we want to make it. When we put out a product like this, it has to be as flashy as possible to make the attraction to people. Otherwise people are not going to be attracted to it, and they're not going to think it's cool.
Yeah, but they also have to recognize that you're not looking at a $1,000 cabinet.
No, yeah, you're not. You're looking at,
like I said, I have my, the House of Rock.
Yeah.
I have the DDR. I have my Guitar Hero. I have my DJ Hero. I got my light guns on one. But it's like, I'm on my DDR pads. I'm using the bullshit Amazon $30 pads because I'm not a DDR player. Right. I just wanted like the kiddo to play around with it. Whereas you're using fucking $450 metal real DD. That's like the one thing that's gonna tick me off, because you're gonna get that asshole that's gonna comment on YouTube and be like, "Wow, amazing! I want it," and then, "Whoa, why is it so expensive?" And then it's just,
"Oh, that price isn't for me."
That's and then this is just not for you. Go make your own. And
this is going to end up. This is going to be the same price as my Guitar Hero. My Guitar Hero is $3,700, so this is going to be a $3,700 cabinet plus shipping. So I mean, with everything that we're putting inside it, and
I think you have to go a little more. Your pads alone. If you're going to do these metal dance pads,
I might have to go up to $400 after I'm done.
I
just because the metal dance pads $450, and I mean the guitars for Guitar Hero are They're 180 plus tax, and then the adapters are. I stopped using the raft nets, and I'm using the ones from Etsy. But the adapters are like another $20 each, so that's another $40. So I'm right around $250-ish.
You might have to reach out to Eric. Guitars. You should reach out to Eric. Eric does that.
For what?
Guitars.
Oh, his guitars are like $300 each.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because he's doing the wireless RGBs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I have one. I have one. He sent one. I didn't realize it was that much. Oh shit!
Last I knew, I mean, Eric, if you're in the chat, I very well could be wrong, but last I knew, he was doing $300 guitars.
Yeah,
so, he showed them to me a year ago, something like that, 2 years ago when he started doing them, and I asked him how much the price, and I was like, I can't do that, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, again, you show that color and all that. It's again, I have raft nets on my cab.
Right.
And I think the only thing I experience is I don't want to say the word my product ID changes, but like this raft net is like player one.
Yeah.
And if this raft net is player two. So if you're like not, if you don't do it right, and I'll be honest, so the one plus side to the raft net, I had two people. I had like my wife had her friends over, and I had one guy actually walk away from the cabinet. So luckily the raft net. Right, so I got lucky with that because I was like, oh shit, if I had like a hard wired, it probably would have fucked up the guitar.
So I'm using this new thing. Well, it's not a new thing, it's a different product, but it's just like the RaftNet, but the guy's on Etsy, and I'm pretty sure he makes it himself. They're called Weedrinos. That's what he calls it, a Weedrino. And it's an Arduino board inside a converter, and it turns the Wii guitar into a direct input so that you can use it with the emulators. And I think they're $20 each from what I remember, and that's shipped. Also, that's with shipping, so that's not bad at all considering the raft net is usually $49. And
now, what is it though? Is it like a raft net?
It looks just like the raft net. Like it comes with the same cord. It looks almost exactly the same. The connection for it looks almost exactly the same for it, like that little black box, except this is a 3D printed square box. So the dudes definitely make it homemade, but it's cheaper than a raft net and it works great. The only thing is that I tried it on Rock Band because it says it's compatible with Rock Band, but I tried it on Rock Band and it was when you would press down one fret on the screen, it was doing a double fret. So the fret wasn't when you would strum with the fret pressed, it wasn't reading that you were pressing anything at all because you had two frets pressed. So it wasn't working on Rock Band, unfortunately. Because I'm like, oh shit, do I got a solution to add Rock Band in and now more games? And no, I couldn't add more games, which kind of sucked. So
interesting. If I do the Raftnet, I have Rock Band on mine.
Maybe it's the guitar I'm using. I got the white Wii ones.
Same.
Yeah, I can't use Rock Band with my Raftnets.
Interesting.
And Dolphin updated, so we can use the most updated version of Dolphin, and it doesn't ask for the microphone.
That's one. I know there's one Rock Band that won't launch, or even one Guitar Hero that won't launch without a mic. But I have it.
There was the Van Halen one and the Metallica one. Those were asking when I was doing it. Those were asking all of those were asking for microphones. So I used Dolphin 5.0, the original version, and it wasn't asking for a microphone. I updated it finally, and I'm using that PS2 Nightly. PS2 Nightly's 2 players, and it works perfectly. It actually has a setting for the guitar in there now. And then Dolphin has the updated version of Dolphin has a better setup or a better configuration for the guitar too.
Interesting.
So yeah,
that's like one thing I got to do. That's like I said with my whole launch box conversion, I'm gonna update everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything's got to be updated. So
everything's got to be updated. It's a slow and steady wins the race on that build, man. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. People don't realize that it takes a long time for us to build that shit.
It's just time consuming. Just setting it up, databases. It's
so time.
Don't forget the artwork. The most fun part. Hunting down all the
I have the artwork. Luckily, I have all that. It's just
yeah.
I was hunting down theme videos for a long time.
We're at the 3-hour mark, so we should probably.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, next time we'll be at Brad's.
We will be at Brad's. Yes, I'm still gonna have my seltzers.
Are we gonna? We'll figure out if we're gonna stream on May the 4th or we're gonna stream on May 3rd. But we're all going down there on May 3rd, so we're gonna all be at Brad's house on May 3rd, and the next stream will be from his house. If anybody wants to see Ray play Star Wars, put in $100 super chat right now.
Don't put it yet. We don't know where that money's going to. Remember, we don't know who's actually getting paid.
Somebody will get it.
It's going to my channel now because I'm the only one that's hosting this right now.
Somebody will get it.
Are you registered to actually get paid on YouTube?
I am, yeah, monetized.
Oh, okay, fine. So
yeah, so chances are, Brad said he wasn't, so that means that the super chat's probably.
He should be now.
He should be, right? So yeah. I didn't even know, honestly, I swear to God, I didn't even know that super chats were activated in the stream. Like, when I set up the StreamYard, I just set it up like I normally did, and it didn't ask me to do any monetization shit. So if anybody's seeing commercials, my bad.
Well, it's part of being monetized. It's part of being on YouTube.
Part of being on YouTube, part of being monetized. So, all right. Until next time, guys.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching.